Hey guys, FrozenStag here, and welcome to a video that I basically just thought of a couple days ago. It's now taking me till about midnight Christmas Day to actually record this video. So this video is an announcement video for 2022. Basically a video where I go through and round off the year, recap the year in its entirety, and you know, the things that have happened, main events that have happened, stuff that's happened in my life personally, and just go over what the future of the channel, what's going to happen in the new year, and talk about some things and as recently happened as well. So yeah, I thought this would just be a nice video. Like I might make an annual thing, might do it like next year as well. We'll see, I suppose, see what I'm doing next year. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a nice video to go back and recap the year really, and just talk about what is to come, and you know, what is to come series wise, what is what can you expect newest, I suppose. So yeah. But yeah, that's the thumbnail I made. I thought I'd start with that. I think it's a beautiful thumbnail. And there's 3 series on the top right that are coming, particularly, well, some sooner than others, of course. Straight away, you can notice the Darwinian icon. The purple with the, well, sort of pinkish colour with golden vine and leaves. Autumn leaves, I think now. So yeah, Darwinian is a faction for Divide and Conquer version 5, because the mod has finally, version 5 has finally released after so many months and years and waiting, really. Darwinian was always a faction that I thought to myself, ever since I saw Galu do a Let's Play of Darwinian with an early copy of version 5, the version 5 beta. I always looked at Darwinian for, oh, that's a really cool faction. I love the elven slash... It's sort of like elven and man triad, really, if you will. And I always really... Oh, I say dyad, really. That's probably better. Not triad. That implies there's a third option. There might be a third option in the series that I do. You'll see. But yes, Darwinian is definitely a faction that I would like to do for my version 5 DAC Let's Play. That Let's Play for DAC version 5 is coming after the Mud Dynasty finishes. So I'm quite looking forward to playing that. There was a day at work where I wasn't doing a lot. And I just sat down, I didn't sit down, but I was sort of standing around. Well, I was basically patrolling an attraction at work, and it was fairly boring, but, you know, I was getting paid money for it. Getting paid money to stand around for like 4 hours, that's fine. Fine by me. You know, you want to pay me how much it is to... I'm not going to go into details about my finances, but however much I get paid to just not do really a lot, that's fine by me. The only real thing I do is answer questions from people that are walking past. But, there's a bit more to that, but that's all I'm going to say for now. But, well, yeah, I literally sat down. I say sitting down. I wasn't sitting down, okay? It's not screw my copybook over, thank you. I was thinking, and an idea popped in my head of Darwinian. And I was thinking... Now, as many of you will know, I do a lot of custom generals and stuff like that. I do a bit of modding and editing to the files and whatnot to give my own sort of spin on a series I'm playing. And I came up with this great idea. And I'm not going to go into detail about it now because obviously it would spoil it all and it would spoke me great. But yeah, why do I keep saying sitting down? No, wrong. I thought of this idea, and it's been... I was going to do something with Endwife or Darwinian. And Darwinian sort of felt as if the ideal one to do it with. And so I thought of the idea about a race of men, elves and dwarfs coming together to fight a great evil, being Rune and then eventually Mordor. There was some ties with Gondor and Dale and the elves of the Woodland Realm. Dwarfs inhabited the mountain nearby, which I can't quite remember what the name of that mountain is. I will look it up in time for that series. The elves of the Avaran Realms, who were actually a kingdom, an independent kingdom, but recently have gone into sort of exile and shelter, really, by the Vine Court of Darwinian. And I thought of the idea a lot, and I thought about it, and I sort of sat down. I fleshed out the characters in my head for ages, for the majority of the time that I was there, and eventually the idea sort of just came together, really, and I was just like, okay, get Darwinian's an idea. It was either that I do a faction vote, but Darwinian sort of just... I just want to play Darwinian. And while I do a lot of votes, I know a lot of people love the votes and stuff like that, I think I'll definitely do some in the future. But there are some times where I'm just like, okay, I want to play this faction and this mod in this game without having to leave up to chance or a vote. So that's what I've done. And, sorry, humidifier sometimes just gets in my nose and mouth and I can't breathe. It's meant to help your nose, but it never really works when you're talking because you're not really breathing out. Your breathing is in use, I suppose. The next faction and house that you can no doubt see is House Valerion. A faction, or house rather, that have got a lot of, like, I guess, what's the word? A lot of coverage, really, in the House of the Dragon series. And I gotta say, Valerion's pretty cool. The music for the music they've done for them is great. I thought their music was just fantastic. The sigil, which is, of course, long been a, George R. R. Martin's piece for a long time now. But the sigil as well, lovely. The seahorse and the light blue sort of colouring is wonderful. Even the seahorse is sort of a bit like a sea dragon, I suppose. But yeah, House Valerion is the faction we're doing. We did like a bit of an extensive vote for that, which is and obviously eventually it led to us, going with House Valerion in a time where Aegon the Conqueror has conquered Westeros. He is the reigning king at the moment. This is at a time when he's basically in charge, and everyone's he's named the lords to control different parts of the realm, and he's basically in charge of everything. Like the only thing he hasn't taken is Dawn. Dawn has resisted him, and whether or not, and usually the AI in Seeker 2 tends to attack Dawn. It's not very often the AI doesn't. But yes, House Valerion in a time where, the current Lord of House Valerion is Aethon. Is it Aethon Valerion, I'm pretty sure? Is actually cousins and related to Aegon. I believe, I can't quite remember the lineage, but I'm pretty sure Aegon's mother was a Valerion. So I think there's some sort of lineage there. I'd have to have a little look at it all and see how it all fits together. And we flesh out our own little story with the Valerion dynasty. I'll probably put a lot more effort into it like I have before, and that goes for all series really. Right now I've been going for like an hour videos, which works for me. Like it gets out, that's a decent enough stuff in the video. I'm happy with the hour videos for the time being, and until I do some proper recording for other episodes and things like that, then I will maybe decide and perhaps change it to maybe half an hour. I might possibly think about doing some more editing, but with editing it always takes a lot more time out of my day, and as someone who works full time, despite the hours being a lot shorter with the fact that Legoland is sort of, it's open at the moment for Christmas, but like it's not, well, it's closed at the moment, but it's closed for like 24th, 25th and 26th, but it's also giving me a lot of time, free time as well. But other than that, when the park opens fully again, depending on not if I've moved house by that point, I will still be quite busy. So yeah. But yeah, Valerion is definitely going to be a house for CK2 Game of Thrones, which I think is going to be very fun. We'll try and stay loyal to the Targaryens as long as possible, although how it always ends is somehow I end up on the throne, which tends to happen, but we'll see how it goes, really. I think it'll be fun, and I think it'll be a fun little journey, rather than starting as like a big house like the Mudds or the Starks or the Targaryens. Although the Mudds we started quite low, didn't we, really, but we didn't take us long until we took over the North, really, because that was sort of our goal from the start. And the next game over to the right-hand side is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now, we did a poll a while ago, which led to Fallen Order winning. It was a poll we did for that, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Let me quickly check, 'cause I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, it was. Yeah. Second place came Red Dead Redemption 2, which wasn't far off, so maybe might do that later on, we'll see. Which I recently got on the PC. Same with Fallen Order, hence why we got a few mods for that, which are going to spruce up the game quite fun. I wanted to get a Clone Wars mod to work, but unfortunately it worked for a bit, and then for some reason the textures kept bugging out, and eventually led to us just going with a few mods for Stormtroopers and Imperial Troopers and whatnot. And yeah, Jedi Fallen Order is a game that we'll be playing. Well, Valerion is going to be happening after Targaryen Dynasty, and Jedi Fallen Order will be happening as soon as possible. But yeah, Jedi Fallen Order is going to be quite a fun ride. I'm looking forward to playing that game. It's the new ones come out next year. I don't know if I'll quite buy it on release because it's quite expensive. But Jedi Fallen Order is a game I loved a lot, and I would love to be able to play it again And the fact that we are going to be playing it very soon excites me. Hopefully, I'm going to try and get a recording session done on the 26th of December, on Boxing Day. I should hopefully have a bit of time then. Before I go back to work on Tuesday, but then again, I'm only working 3 days a week, and then 3 days a week after that, and then eventually it's going to be 2 days a week until February half term, and then after that, I don't really know when, but yeah, so the hours are quite low at work, which I'm not really, I mean, the money's not amazing right now, but I'm going to make the most of the free time regardless. But yeah, July 4 and all that. So yes, that's the thumbnail. I'm quite proud of that. I knocked it up today. Didn't take too long, but there you go. Now, where to begin? I guess we should sort of recap the year, really. So 2022 has been a very interesting year. It started this year with me not having a job. So I was obviously, I got made redundant, sort of. Although my contract was only 6 months for my last job, which eventually ended. I used to work for a little... it was a startup scheme they were doing, that the government were doing, and I sort of got a job with a company called Electric Games, which basically did companies and gaming stuff for, they did basically sold, it's an online site that sold games. I actually ended up making YouTube videos for them as well, made some video essays and whatnot, which was quite fun last year. Of course, that did sort of strain my actual YouTube work as well, because while I was busy doing YouTube stuff for Electric Games, coming back home, or coming, you know, I was working at home most of it, so finishing what I'm doing, my work, and then doing YouTube videos again was a bit excuse me, was a bit jarring, and it's sort of like, oh, I can't be bothered. Whereas with Legoland, yes, it's been much busier with the fact that I've been going, and rather than how it was last year where I was working at home for like 4 days a week, and only going to the office like once a week, 1 day a week. With this job, I'm working pretty much 5, sometimes 4 days a week, and I'm going in all the time. I'm not, you know, staying at home. I can't work at home. It's impossible, as you would imagine. So that in that job, I'm in work every single day. Whereas the last job, I wasn't. I was working at home, and it was lovely. Whereas this job, it's slightly different, but at the same time, I'm enjoying going out and doing things outside. Rather than like doing some stuff online and with computers and whatnot, and then going to do YouTube again and doing computers and stuff again for what I'm doing now, it's a bit like it's not great. It's not amazing, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it took me till about February of earlier this year to actually get that job. It took me a while to find something I wanted, because most of the jobs in January I was looking at were pretty meh. There was the odd volunteering jobs, which is fine thing to do, volunteering, but it just doesn't really earn you any money. So yeah, eventually February was a month where I eventually got my job at Legoland as a rides and attraction host / ride operator. And at that job, I accomplished a lot of things. Looking back at it now, there's things I did at that job that I thought I could never do, and the fact that I've accomplished it and gone above and beyond with that job is just fantastic. The things that I've achieved are amazing, and I'll talk a bit about that in a bit. But in February 2022, an event happened in the world, mainly just Ukraine and Russia, but Russia, as they call it, a special military operation occurred in Ukraine. And while they may call it a special military operation here in the UK and the rest of the planet, we call it a Russian invasion of Ukraine. And say it as you will, you know, maybe there's always good and evil on both sides in every war. But when this happened, a lot of me and my friends and whatnot at work, because I started this job quite soon, were pretty fucking freaked out about it, because, you know, this there hasn't been, I mean, Ukraine and Russia have had wars before, but this one just sort of was on my mind a lot more, and it concerned me a lot. Like, it really did. I was certain, and obviously now we haven't gone to a world war, but I was certain back then that World War III was going to start. I thought, okay, this is it. It's been, what, 70, 80 or so years since this last big world war, and this is it. This is it. Ukraine's going to join NATO. NATO's going to stop Russia and whatnot. Russia's going to get their allies, probably rope China in somehow, or North Korea. And I was like, no, this is it. This is it. Of course, my first fear was nuclear warfare, Now, with nuclear warfare, if someone fires a nuclear rocket, everybody fires back. Like, you fire one at the US will fire back. But what I eventually was realised to myself after, chatting to my family and whatnot about it, because, we were all a bit concerned, it was reminded that if someone fires a nuclear bomb and Putin, the guy in charge of China, Joe Biden, despite his sleepy tendencies and his... yeah, I'm not going to get into that one, but yeah. Despite all that, the world leaders know damn well that if you set one nuclear bomb off, number one, it's going to fuck everything over and everyone's going to die. And also, number two, you set one nuclear rocket off, it's just the radiation is going to fucking kill everybody. Like, it's one of those things that reminds myself, as long as no madman gets anywhere near it, but like even Kim Jong-un, he knows damn well that if he sets a nuclear bomb off, he's going to fucking doom the planet and himself. And most of these world leaders will know, and they'll be like, okay, let's not do that, because that's going to result in just fucking uncountable bloodshed and destructive capabilities, and it will result in the end of the world. Basically, that's what will happen if nuclear weapons are unleashed. Nuclear weapons are just a deterrent for, bigger conflicts. Consider it the dragons of this world, I suppose, but with dragons you can focus them on certain areas. Whereas the nuclear bombs, you have to take into effect the radiation that will occur if you fire one off. So, yeah. But, yeah, as it came out, World War III has not happened. The war in Ukraine is still raging on right now. And Russia, in my mind, is certainly in the wrong. Like, I don't... I'm sure Putin has his reasons for why he invaded Ukraine and whatnot, and I'm sure probably we'll never really find out the truth behind it all, really. Especially my lifetime and, lifetimes after that, really. It'll take a very long time till we find the truth of what happened, but yeah, what Russia's done is just it's not right. They've crossed the boundaries, and Putin, and it probably won't ever happen, but I do hope one day justice will find Putin. Now, it's unlikely it will happen, because the UN and whatnot have said, like, he's got to face charges and crimes and whatnot, but there's just no way they're going to ever bring him to justice. The only way they're going to bring him to justice is if they invade Russia and take him hostage. Like, that's the only way you're going to get the guy to, to justice, or the people of Russia would rebel and overthrow Russia, which overthrow the Russian government, which, as you would imagine, is very hard to do. It's the same with China. Like, the Chinese people hate the government, or most of them hate it anyway. Some just get on with it. But, overthrowing a government isn't exactly an easy thing to do, as many of you would know. Many of you Hearts of Iron 4 players would, of course, know. But, although Hearts of Iron 4 makes it way too easy, as it would be in real life. But yeah, when that whole war broke out, a lot of us, and a lot of my friends and myself, were pretty concerned that this would turn into a bigger war. Thankfully, it hasn't, and who knows, that may or may not change. Like, who the hell knows, really? But yeah, my only hope is that it doesn't, and hopefully the war will eventually end at some point. Although the way it looks, it just doesn't seem to be ending at all. Unless the only way it ends is if Zelensky and Putin sit down together and hash out a peace deal. And at the moment, that doesn't look very likely. It's I don't know how long the war will eventually end. Russia will stop pushing troops in. Ukraine will stop fighting back. Something's going to happen where one side is going to just stop doing what they're doing, and Ukraine at this point has no choice but to keep on fighting. Otherwise, Russia will just roll over them. And the only way the war will stop anytime soon is if Russia just stops piling troops in. So that's the only way it's going to really end, unless there will be some other way, unless Putin sets off a nuclear bomb, but that would end the war, I suppose. But then it would doom his own country, because if he fires a nuclear bomb at Ukraine, it's going to come back on Russia. Like, the wind's going to blow towards Russia, it'll just fuck up the whole eastern, At the end of the day, Putin wants to occupy and take over Ukraine. And yes, he's bombing it to shreds right now. He still wants to be able to inhabit Ukraine. He wants to, in my mind, I feel as if he wants to bring back the Soviet Union in a sort of different way. He wouldn't be able to bring it back as it was back in the, back when Stalin had control of it. or Gorbachev and whatnot. But yeah, it would be the same. But I do wonder, like, you know, what is Putin's ultimate goal? Does he want to take over the world? Which he has a hell of a job to do. But I think his goal is more a greater Russian empire, or a greater Russian state. I think, because he can't conquer the world. He can try, but it won't work. But I don't see him going. I can't. That's the only goal I can see him do. I can't see him going for world domination. Maybe in the back of his mind he might love the idea of world domination, but it wouldn't work and it wouldn't happen. But yeah, I feel as if Russia feels that Ukraine and all the states that were once part of the Soviet Union should belong to Russia. And I can understand why, but at the same time, these countries and whatnot, they broke free from the Soviet Union. You know, their independence should be respected. Why Russia wants to retake it all, you know, it's beyond me, really. But obviously Putin has ambitions, and he wants to see it done. So, yeah. But that's enough for that. I'm not going to go into too much political stuff. But regardless, that war kicked off in February 2022. Scared the shit out of me and a lot of other people. But thankfully, it hasn't turned into a global war. Although it's sort of... A global war, a world war really is if every single country is... Not every single country in the world, but most countries in the world are involved. So, yeah. But, enough politics, really. But yeah, that's what happened in February 2022. At the time when I was starting my job, which wasn't really amazing, I was like, I'm starting a new job, and it's also like this big war going on. It's like, oh shit, fucking hell. But yeah, as the months went on, and I'm still working at Legoland now. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun moments. I've been trained on a lot of things, excuse me. Been trained a lot of things. Like, I've been height trained, so been, you know, trained how to use a harness and hard helmet and whatnot. Fairly basic stuff, but now I've done it. But when you first do it and you've never done it before, it's quite an experience. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun doing it. Being height trained, it's going up ramps and things. You know, it's been quite an experience. Sometimes it's a bit scary, but like it's, you know, an experience nonetheless. Definitely a skill that might help in future. One big thing was that I got first aid trained. And that is a big skill or any qualification to have. It was a 3-day qualification course. I did, and I basically work paid for me to do it and whatnot, and it was fun. I really enjoyed myself. I learned a lot. It also skills and stuff that could help me in later life, like if someone that I know is having a heart attack or something like that, I might be able to save them. Like, if I wasn't first aid trained, I probably wouldn't. But yeah, being first aid trained just, in some cases, makes the life and death. Like, you could save a life. Whereas if you weren't first aid trained, you wouldn't. Like, that person, someone could be having like a stroke or something like that, and they just die in front of you. And if you were first aid trained, you could possibly save their life. Like, it's a big deal. But yeah, that's a big skill, and I hope that skill is something that you have to redo every 3 years, I'm pretty sure. But even then, like, it's a hell of a skill to have, and I think it really will help me out when I'm looking for future jobs, which I inevitably will. Another thing is hygiene trained. Like, that's a thing. I've cleaned up a few not so nice things, but yeah, it might help in future. Who knows? When I have kids, I guess. But yeah, it's not a nice, admirable, nice thing to do, but like, it's still a skill to have. And then you've got, what was the other one? Ladder training as well. Like, they train you on certain ladders, and these aren't like small ladders. These are big ladders. These are ladders you have to climb up quite high to get to certain bits. And yeah, it's I wasn't quite a fan of going up ladders. I don't really like ladders. I don't know what it is. But since doing ladder training, I feel much better about going up ladders and things like that. And of course, I've been training lots of other rides like log flumes, like rides where you control a ship going up and down. Some of you will be familiar with that. Rides where you basically like have a moving platform that spins around. Sometimes went up to the water park areas and up there, and I did a lifeguard shift, but I never actually got the I was told that I'd get the lifeguarding like a course and whatnot, but that never happened. Partly because one event that happened in August of this year, I got COVID, and the first time I had COVID towards the end of the month, and I was out of commission for 2 weeks because I felt it was odd. I felt crap, but I could still record and make videos. Like, it was really strange. But I couldn't go into work and do the job that I was doing with COVID. Also because of the fact that I could have given COVID to many other people. Like, you know, I could have given it to my work colleagues personally. I could have given it to, like, people in the park, like guests and the public. I could have given it to children. I could have given it to people that might have really bad health issues anyway and could possibly have almost killed them. So, like, it's, you know, it was the best decision I made to not go to work for those 2 weeks until COVID went. So yeah, bit of an experience. I haven't really had that many long-term effects of it, really. You know, I couldn't smell and I couldn't taste for a little while, but eventually it came back, so that was all good. But yeah, it's a bit of a crap experience, but yeah. At least I can say I've had it and survived it, I suppose. Also, June 2022, we had the... Was it June? I'm pretty sure it was June. We had the women's Euros, where England actually won. Holy shit, they won. England had the Euros and won, so that was a big moment for us. You know, I don't think I remember watching that much of it. I think we were on holiday in Northumbria in June, so I didn't see too much of it. But hearing that we actually won was like, oh shit, okay, that's actually pretty good. I wasn't following it that much because after the defeat of the Euros last year, I was like, yeah, whatever. I doubt we'll win, but then we did, so there you go. Quite something, I suppose. On the subject was sports, you've had was it Winter Olympics this year? Was it Winter Olympics Beijing, I'm pretty sure? Yeah, it was. Because we had the Tokyo Olympics the year before, didn't we? Now it's the normal Olympics. This we had the Winter Games and whatnot, which is pretty cool. I can't remember who won the Winter Games. You know, I'm going to look it up. Oh, my Lego. Yeah, I've been getting right into Lego again. Good God. I can't remember if there's any, like, oh, Norway won it. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Wait, is that... Oh, so, yeah, so I think Norway won it then. Okay, that's quite cool. Came 5th, that's not too bad. Germany didn't too bad as well, that's quite cool to see. I can't remember who won the Olympics last year. It was meant to be 2020/2021. So I don't know if it will come with 2020 or 2021. Oh, US won that one. Okay. Yeah, US did really well, holy crap. That's interesting to see. But, yeah, we had that. We had the World Cup quite recently, in where England lost. No surprise there, really. Argentina won, which I'm quite proud for Argentina winning. I'm happy Lionel Messi got his, like, you know, his win. I'm not a massive football guy or football fan, really. I tend to only really watch it if it's like the Euros or the World Cup, where England's actually a team. Not really bothered about Premier League and like teams, other teams. I just don't really. I'm just not really that interested, I'm afraid. What a big offence. Oh yes, the Queen passing away back in September. That was definitely something. Like that was. I didn't really. I mean, she was 96, so I didn't see it far off happening. But still, seeing it happen, the shock of it happening was still something. You know, ever since I was born, I had this Queen Elizabeth was on the throne. Since I was born, she's been on the throne for 70 years. Like, that's something. And the fact that it was a Platinum Jubilee this year, and that she died on this year as well, which is very strange. We also lost Prince Philip last year, which is quite sad. And then losing the Queen this year was pretty fucking shit, I must say. I remember getting some time off from work as well. Yeah, we did. When it happened, I remember that. To obviously watch the funeral and whatnot, and yeah, watching the funeral was watching the laying in state and all the stuff that went on with the Queen. Like, all I remember for about a month, all you had, or was it a month? Was it about 2 weeks? I think for about 2 weeks, all you had was the Queen on the BBC for ages, and which is understandable, of course. But yeah, but it's like I remember vividly seeing it so much, and I was thinking, good God, this is actually happening. But yeah, crazy. And watching the funeral, watching the service, watching everything that went on with the Queen and the funeral and whatnot was just a hell of an experience to watch. And I hope the people that, you know, anyone that didn't watch it, like, I can understand, like, people, you know, not everyone loves the monarchy and whatnot, but regardless, watching it, the ceremony and everything that happened was just amazing. It was so, the way the British and we do pomp and whatnot. It's just fantastic. Like you know, you can. It's a British thing. Like the British always do ceremony and all sorts and tributes and whatnot very well. Like you cannot deny that at all. But yeah, fantastic service, and yeah, losing the Queen just it sucked. And the fact that we got King Charles III, like you know, we'd always looked at that as like a fever dream, and like the fact that it's actually happened is crazy. The fact that we're going to get a coronation next year as well, which would be good to see. That'd be quite interesting to watch as well. At some point we'll get the inauguration, not inauguration, that's the wrong thing. We'll get the investiture at, I imagine it'll be at Carnarvon Castle for the Prince of Wales, so William will officially get his title, which would be great to see. I imagine that would be next year as well, it might be a little later, but I imagine it'll both happen next year. So that'd be good to see. Yeah, there's been a lot of good films that have come out recently this year. We had Black Adam, and now the DC's all going over the place now. Like it's all convoluted. I don't know what the fuck's going on really. They're rebooting it, and you know, kicking out some actors is a bit of an odd thing. Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher is fucking sucks ass, and it just makes The Witcher look gonna be even more shit. Especially if the reason he's leaving is because of the showrunners and the way they're handling things isn't very well. So it doesn't really fill me with confidence. What other big movie came out? Avatar 2. I watched Avatar 2 quite recently. On Sunday. Great movie. Absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. And I'm so excited for the next thing to come out. Rings of Power, despite a lot of people's criticism, I enjoyed it for what it was. I know a lot of people said, oh, well, it should have been done this and that, whatever. I enjoyed it. I think the next season they do will be much better. Because now they've gotten off this tight stepping stone, I think they'll be okay. I think it could have been a lot better in some things, but I think Rings of Power, regardless of what, Rings of Power was enjoyable. I enjoyed myself, I had fun with it, and yeah. The big show that I thoroughly enjoyed this year, and certainly is the highlight of this year, is House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon, fuck me, was that fantastic. It certainly got me back into Game of Thrones, and before Season 8 and around Season 8 and whatnot, I was so into Game of Thrones. And Season 8 sort of kind of fucked me over. It made me less and less interested in Game of Thrones, unfortunately. House of Dragon, thankfully, has brought it back. It's the reason I did a couple Game of Thrones sort of series coming out. I did the Stark Dynasty in preparation for when it was announced, or sometime after, and I did the Mud Dynasty and then the Targaryen Dynasty, which was set after the House of the Dragon time period, and well, after the Dance of Dragons. So yeah, I did. Yeah, House of Dragon, brilliant series, fantastically. A lot of things that it could have done is a bit better, but regardless, I really enjoyed what it was. A lot of good Star Wars shows as well. Andor was really good. I know a lot of people didn't watch it, but honestly, it was really good. The way it handled it and the way they wrote it was just fab. Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. That was a great show. Despite a few budget questions from Disney, budget decisions from Disney, and certain characters and directors and writers that didn't really know what the hell was going on. You know, could have been done a lot better, but Obi-Wan still great. I still enjoyed it. What else came out that I haven't mentioned? I should probably look it up and actually go through movies and shows that came out this year. That's 2020. That's not 2020. No. Why is it? No, I just want to look at what came out this year. Let me just look at movies. That might be easier. Oh, Glass Onion. I did actually watch Knives Out yesterday. Actually, well, was it? Well, I guess yesterday. Yeah, Knives Out was quite good. I watched the first one. I haven't watched the second one just yet, but that was good. Black Adam, that was a good film. I did enjoy that. I thought that was really good. Top Gun Maverick, a sequel done right, definitely. So that film, thoroughly enjoyed that. Doctor Strange, yes, that came out, didn't it? Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness was quite good. Bit interesting how I did it, but very, good. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, that was pretty good. I quite enjoyed that. Yeah, I thought that was a nice wholesome film, really. I'm only going through things that I have watched, by the way. Harry Potter, I never watched that in the end. I never didn't really bother with that. Jurassic World. Oh shit, I forgot about this. Was that last year? No, I think it was this year. Jurassic World. I forgot about that. That came out quite a while ago, didn't it? But yeah, Jurassic World. I quite enjoyed that. That was good. I loved the returning of some of the old characters. Was great. Really good. Enola Holmes. Haven't watched that yet. I want to at some point. Ice Age. Never watched that. Oh, Secrets of Dumbledore. That's good. Sadly, they have actually cancelled the Fantastic Beasts, which is a shame. But cause I was quite enjoying it, really. But I have to see what new Harry Potter stuff they do next. Really, I'm hoping for I really want a Voldemort series. Like I want something to do with Voldemort, like a Voldemort trilogy about him becoming the Dark Lord and whatnot. That's so cool. Werewolf by Night. Never watched that. Uncharted. I never watched that. Fall of Thunder could have been done better, but like I enjoyed it for what it was. Minions and Morbius. What a film. I didn't actually mind Morbius that much. A lot of people like say I was really shit and whatnot, but I thought it's alright, fine. It wasn't like an amazing film, but it was okay. The Batman, brilliant film, fantastic. Like that was. My only hope is I can't fuck up Batman. That keep Robert Pattinson as Batman. He is just fucking brilliant at it. Keep him as it is. That's great. Anything else I missed here? Northman, haven't watched it yet. I want to. Like I'm looking forward to that. Westworld season 4 came out this year, which is okay. They have cancelled it actually now, so there goes that. I felt Westworld was ridiculously confusing to the point where I was like, I didn't know what the hell was going on really, but like it was, yeah, whatever. Not overly sad to see it go. Really, it was confusing as shit really for me, but yeah, it was alright. Medieval, that sounds interesting. Haven't watched it yet, might do. Lightyear, I watched that film. That was good actually. I quite enjoyed that. It was fun. What else have I missed? Pinocchio, I haven't bothered watching that. To be honest, I probably won't. What else? I know I watched the Kingsman 3 this year. That was a while ago. I love these videos so I can sit down and just talk about what, recap the last year, really. Lovely. I'm going to look at TV shows. Wednesday Addams, that was quite good. I quite enjoyed that. I watched that quite recently, a couple of weeks ago, so that was good. That was really good. If you haven't watched that, I definitely recommend watching it. Vikings Valhalla, I saw that came out. Oh, it did come out this year. I thought it was like last year. Oh, that's cool. Oh no, first episode date. Oh, that's the next season. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it's this year. What am I on about? No, yeah, Valhalla did come out. Yeah, Valhalla did come out this year. I thought it came out last year for some reason. But okay, yeah, no, that's yeah, Vikings Valhalla, good. It was a good sequel to Vikings. I felt it's done quite well. I didn't have an issue with it really. But yeah, Valhalla's a new season coming out next year, so that'd be cool. Tales of the Jedi, that was really good. I do feel as if they could have done a little bit better with Ahsoka, like Ahsoka's story, but like it was pretty good. My only gripe with Tales of the Jedi that it wasn't longer. What else have we got? Sam, I never watched that. I never saw that. Andor, I mentioned that earlier. Brilliant film. Wasn't massively into it, but what's it called? What's the name of the bloody show? Handmaid's Tale. I don't really watch Handmaid's Tale that much, but I watch a little bit of it now and again because my mum and dad watch it. I'm not all that interested in it, but yeah, it was alright. It's interesting. A lot of like stuff going on. I need to sort of like rewatch the whole thing if I want to watch it. The English, which is something I watched quite recently, that was really good. So I thought it was a really nice done well western in 1819 and some bits of 1875. I thought that was done quite well, and yeah, if you haven't watched that, I'd recommend watching it. Moon Knight, oh, I forgot that came out this year. That was great. I love that. That was brilliant. Halo, I haven't watched that. I haven't heard amazing things about it, but I'd probably just play the games. Rings of Power, I mentioned that a minute ago. Peacemaker, I haven't watched that yet. I want to. That's good. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I mentioned that one. I watched The Elf the other day, which I have seen before, but my dad never seen it, so I watched it. What else? That's about it. Oh, Rogue Heroes, still haven't seen it yet. I want to, but just haven't got the time, I'm afraid. I guess next before we look at video games, I don't really tend to play video games early. Or Miss Marvel, I forgot that was a thing. Um, yeah, that was alright. I quite enjoyed that. That was fun. Kung Fu Panda, still haven't watched that. I watched the other 3 films, but I never watched that one. Was it 3 films they made? I think it was. Dharma, there was so much about that, I never watched that. Didn't really interest me that much. 1899, I heard quite a bit of good things about that, I just never really delved into it, really. Let's look at video games that came out, because I didn't really play... I'm so stretched for time these days, I don't really have time to play video games that come out this year. But I'll talk about them a bit. Skyward Saga, I played a bit of that, didn't quite get... You know, I got to like the 2nd episode, but I never really quite finished it, really. So yeah, Warhammer 3, seen quite a few videos of that, never cared enough to buy it, though. Horizon Forbidden West, still need to play the 1st game. Gotham Knights, still need to play the whole Arkham series. Elden Ring... Elden Ring looks pretty good, but like it's just not really... I'm not all that interested in the Dark Soul-ish games. I kind of like... I'm just not... There's too much I need to do before I need to... There's so much other games that I need to do before I go into Elden Ring. Need for Speed, I have a few Need for Speed games. Last of Us Part 1, I've got the remastered version of that anyway, so like I'm not bothered about getting the newer version. I don't... Yeah, whatever, I'm not all that interested. God of War, I've got the 1st game. Well, say 1st game. The God of War, the newest God of War in 2018 version. Which I might have to play at some point. There's still a lot of stuff to really do, isn't there? There's a lot I've got to play, really. But I haven't got to it. Lord of the Rings gone. Did that come out this year, or is that meant to come out this year? Late 2020. I'm pretty sure it isn't coming this year. Stray, that's kind of cool. I'd like to play it at some point. That's fun. Dune Spice Wars, not interesting that much. Is that it, really? There's a lot more come out next year, I know that. I've been talking so long, we got onto the next fucking soundtrack on the left-hand side of my screen. But yeah, that's basically, there's not really a lot, really. Okay. I thought there'd be way more, but there you go. And that's basically it for main events. I might think of a few later, really. But, yeah, I've done a lot of work. I've recently been doing some Christmas stuff, like putting up Christmas trees and learn new skills there and whatnot. So that's been quite an experience. But yeah, I guess we should sort of go on to the more recent events in my personal... Well, I've already pretty done that, haven't I, really? Is there anything else that I really need to recap on? Not really. Still haven't passed my driving test. Still ongoing. What else has happened that isn't related to YouTube or Discord? Well, actually, one big key event is the hitting of 1,000 subscribers. So we ended last year with about 600 subscribers, I'm pretty sure, or half that, maybe. And then we are ending this year with over 1,200, which we've got up by about 600, which is fantastic. And I hope that carries on. We're still gonna get copyright for this music, but I don't care. So yeah, 1,000 subscribers, big fucking milestone, massive milestone. Milestone I've been working towards for ages, and we finally hit it. Big milestone. Very happy. And we're not just at 1,000, it hasn't just stopped there, it keeps growing every day. And, you know, I need to do some newer content, I think, that'll sort of ramp things up a bit more and get more people into the channel, I'm pretty sure. But right now, the target My Dynasty has sort of just been there, still carrying on, and still eventually coming to the eventual conclusion one day. And yeah, so that's a big event. Now, on to some more recent events. I think I can move on to that now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well, also this year I did some pretty interesting things where I started playing different kind of games. I started playing Lego The Hobbit, Battle for Middle-earth. We've done quite a few stuff this year, really. We did Battle for Middle-earth 1 Evil Campaign, Dark of the Moon, Black Flag, although that series has ended, and I'll talk about that in a bit. Did the Decepticons campaign for War for Cybertron, which is good. Finally got back into hot seat overviews again, which is good. Did some different types of videos for this year in regards to hot seats and whatnot. We did... Was this last year, I think? Yeah, it was. It was just because I really... Oh, that's me. For some reason, I got like an RGX thing on, which is like a feature of Opera. I'll turn it off. Yeah, Casa Doom is a series we started this year, and that was a great series. I had a lot of fun with that. And a lot of people enjoyed it as well, and I think it was really enjoyable. A lot of people love Dak, and Dak's a big... Anything Lord of the Rings, Divide and Conquer, everybody loves that on this channel. It's been a while since I've done that, of course, but yeah, I'm Khazad-dûm. That Khazad-dûm series was a really enjoyable series. I had a lot of fun with that. Then we had Eridor, which is alright. I didn't really enjoy that series as much as I hyped it up, really. It's alright, it's fun. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it just didn't really interest me and reel me in that much, really. Which has led to us sort of ending it off fairly soon, but I just wasn't really interested. No one's, since I've ended it off, has asked me to carry on and return and play as Arnor, but I'm not really interested, to be honest. So, yeah. And then, in other series, we had the Stark Dynasty. I didn't do that much, Total War Seeker 2. I branched into other games, which is good to do for a change. But the Stark Dynasty, which was a great series. Sadly, I fell out of interest with the Seeker 2 during then, thanks to like work and whatnot. I just wasn't digging the series that I created. I felt Yeti was too far away from home in Westeros, so yeah. So yeah, Stark Dynasty. Great series, I really enjoyed it. I just felt as if I want to do a Stark Dynasty again, just like not where I did it with where I set it up. Then the Mud Dynasty, which is quite fun, a continuation of the Stark Dynasty, which I thought was a good move to make. And the Mud Dynasty is a lot of fun. A slight bit of spoilers here, but you've got 3 episodes here to go, and that's it. That's the last pre-wars. So yeah. So once the Mud Dynasty wraps up, once the Mud Dynasty wraps up, then you'll be getting the um, the Dwelling series, yeah. And then also we did the Targaryen Dynasty, which is, I think, is a series that a lot of people have loved. 4.6 thousand. That's a lot of views for a series like this. A lot of people love this. Still quite a few episodes to go. We got up to, like, the Wars to Come, and then we got... Was it Wars to Come? Yeah, it was. Then we got the Black Dragon is crowned. Battle lines are drawn. Sword in the Stone. The White Wedding. The Great Westeros Civil War, which is going to be which is a fantastic episode. Like that is the Great Westeros Civil War is the civil war that I was building up to for a long time, and it's fucking fantastic. The payoff is amazing. I loved it. Then you got Fire and Blood, Clash of Kings, Dance of Dragons, Settling Old Scores, and Heirs of the Dragon. That's the end of that series there. I ended off quite well, I think, despite I could have carried it on a lot longer, but like I chose to end it off on a high note, really, rather than carrying it on and dragging it on for ages. So I just thought, this was end this on a good note and go from there. And that's what I did. So Targaryen Dynasty, very good series. I better address one thing. So the Decepticons campaign ended mainly because of the issues with the disc, which didn't really help me. So I decided to wrap it off with the Decepticons campaign, just go from there, really. Maybe later down the line we'll do an Autobots campaign with that game, but we'll see. With these types of games, I ideally like to do some more votes for them, mainly because, like, they don't get a lot of views anyway, so I feel as if I should try and get many people to try and vote for them, try and get many people interested in watching those series as I can. Because if you compare it to the other stuff, it doesn't get a lot of views. Like, if you look at Black Flag there, 27 views compared to the other stuff around it, not as big. So I ideally like to get I like to get as many views for those series as I can muster, and I feel as by doing that is by getting people to vote for those series. With Seeker 2 and Total War, it doesn't matter that much. I know damn well that the views will do well regardless of any votes or polls and whatnot. I know a lot of people love the ideas that I put up regardless of, choice and whatnot. So yeah. Didn't we have a... Oh, because I did that, that's why. So yeah. And unfortunately, the Black Flag series has ended due to the issues with the PC, with running Black Flag and Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft games on the PC are just always rough around the edges, and just don't... Like, the server problems are just such a pain, which led to this series ending as it was. Really, I envisioned keeping the Black Flag series going for a lot longer, and then eventually replacing it with Jedi Fallen Order later down the line, but that just didn't happen. Black Flag got to the point where I was like, no, fuck it, I'm done with this. The issues with the servers of Ubisoft were just screwing me over so much, and I was like, I just want to do something else. And I just led to the point of me just quitting that series early and looking to doing Jedi Fallen Order much quicker. So yeah, Black Flag will end as it is. Eventually, I'll leave a playlist up, but I think when I do a new series of Black Flag, which I eventually will do, I will delete that playlist and the episodes inside it. because there's no point if it haven't leaving it around really once I make the new series. I'll leave it for now, but when I make the new series, that'll go. That'll definitely go. So yeah, that series has ended. So Jedi Fallen Order is coming a lot quicker. At some point, I like the good campaign for Battlefield Earth 1, but I'm in no rush. Lego the Hobbit, I still want to sort of wrap up things. I ended it off sort of towards. I plan to come back to that series, so maybe I'll do like a season 2 and we'll return to it then at some point. But we'll see. If I do like a Lego game vote, but we're looking for that, I suppose, then I might do that, I suppose. We'll add that to an option, we'll see. But yeah, that's it for Really Series. Most of it's been pretty good this year. I've had a lot of fun, really. If I try and go back to we had a lot of good fun, did a lot of different types of videos. We had a tournament in the Middle Earth, which kicked off as well, which was fun to do. We had a lot of different votes and stuff. I tested out the community tab on YouTube, which was quite interesting. That was fun to give a go at. Yeah, the Battlefield Earth. Let's turn the music down slightly. Had a lot of views. Like a lot of people tuned into that a lot, which sometimes outdid some of my other like campaigns and whatnot, which is pretty interesting to see. A lot of people love Battlefield Earth and enjoyed my. I think a lot of people, despite the fact I did do a bit of cheating, I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. So that's good to see. But yeah, I did a lot of different stuff this year, which is different to what we're doing. What we usually done. There's my subscriber special that I did. I recommend giving that a watch. That's quite an interesting video. That. Got the tournament video. Got some other vote videos that I tested out. Really, I was going to like an Elder Scrolls and Skyrim vote, but I just ran out of time and just didn't really around to doing that. And probably will just sort of, if I want to do that again, I'll just sort of go with whatever I want to do. Really. Now what else? We just started Dynasty, and we had a bit of pauses in between, which is mainly because I was working full time, and I just sort of it was hard to dedicate time to YouTube as well as doing everything else. Now I've sort of sorted myself out a bit and got myself to the point where I can like bang out loads of recording and like stay ahead of myself really, and go from there really, and spread out when I'm uploading things as well. When we get to the I think that was the last video I made last year. Was that 24th of November 2021. Did I make a... I can't remember if I made a... Stag here and welcome. Yeah, that was the only video I made last year, so that was... Yeah, I had a lot of shit going last year. I lost my cat, who I had for 10 years. I lost my nan, who I was very close to. My grandma's developed dementia, which she still has now. Though she's in the care home, so things are a little better. But, yeah, a lot of shit going on like that last year. So this year's definitely been an improvement over that. But yeah, it still had its fair share of difficulties and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been good. It's been a better year, that's for certain. One thing that I massively got back interested in is Lego games. Like, not Lego games, but Lego in general. Like, the idea of, like, having Lego, because I still have loads of it. I still have loads of Lego now. I'd like to idea that at some point make a Lego room when I move house eventually, which should hopefully be next year. Provided all goes well, I'll update you with more in regards to that situation when I find out more, really. But I want to set up some Lego rooms. I got loads of Lego when I had it as a kid. With working at Legoland, I've got a nice big fat discount off most of it. So I've been making use of that, definitely. I've got like a 40% off, like an online order under £500 for a year, for each calendar year. So I did one in about November. I brought some stuff when I visited Legoland in December. I also went to Chessington as well, and went to a few other places that made use of my Merlin, because you get free passes and stuff with Legoland. It's quite useful. I went to Warwick Castle, which was fantastic, and to Chessington as well, which is quite an adventure. Get it? Because Chessington Wild Adventures, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna do another order of Lego, like mainly Lego Star Wars stuff, because Lego Star Wars stuff is the stuff I have the most, and the stuff that I love the most. Really, when it comes to Lego, like Lego Star Wars, just something about Lego Star Wars just awesome. The other day, like a few days, like yesterday, I built a TIE Fighter. And I had such fun doing it. I absolutely loved it. It was so relaxing. It was so nice to just sit back, build a Lego set. Like, it just felt lovely. I doubt I'm gonna go too crazy. Like, I won't become a Lego YouTuber or anything like that. But I certainly will probably feature it in this channel. Definitely. That's certainly something that will happen. But yeah, that's an interest that has sort of been renewed. I know some people might judge me and say, "Oh, well, you're meant to be 21, you're meant to be out of that." But I was like, no, like, you know, I think growing up, like, everyone looks at you and think, "Oh, you should be an adult and do boring stuff and this stuff and whatnot." But no, I'm living in proof. Like, if you want to do childish shit as an adult, go for it. Do whatever the hell you want. Had some comments from Soul Games Inc. As you may know, very big YouTuber, good friends with him. He was chatting to me about how to. He said to me, "Here, look at like actually working on changing on my channel banner at some point." Mainly because because he's a graphics designer and he's quite good at his graphical stuff. He looked at it and thought it use a lot of work in a nice, creative and a helpful criticizing way. Not really criticizing. Well, I guess yeah, and in a way that was constructive and criticism wise. He pointed out that the banner could use a bit of work, and he actually offered to actually work on it, and maybe change it up a bit, which is pretty cool. I said, yeah, go for it. He also invited me to do a series, a co-op thing, in the new year. So with Baldur's Gate 3, I think it was, which I might look into. It's quite expensive to game, so I'll think about it, but it might be worth doing it. It might be fun. It might be something fun to bring to the channel. I don't really know when I'll fit it in with the schedule, really, but we'll give it a go. I could always do it still for Sundays, couldn't I, really? There you go, sorted. But yeah, we'll certainly look into that. But yeah, that's the channel's going well. We've got a lot of new stuff coming soon. I've sorted out an upload schedule / upload plan. Really, I think that's a better word for it. So yeah, if there's not any videos for a time, I'll update you in regards to the situation. So like if I'm on a break for a while and it's like no videos like a month, the most likely reason that's going to come up is when I move house, and I might not have Wi-Fi for a while, I might not have power for a while, God knows what the hell's going to happen, but we'll find out. So at the moment we've got so right here, down here you have all the stuff that's currently ongoing, whereas in Discord I have a lot more details and things like that. So Jedi Fallen Order will be uploaded on Wednesdays and Saturdays, eventually, not, obviously, not, ideally I'd hope to have episode 0 out by Wednesday, and for those unfamiliar what the hell episode 0 is, then I'll quickly go. Well, I'm not going to go for it now because that'll just make the video way too long than it already is. So, episode 0 is basically just me an introductory video of the game, rather than me spending the first half an hour of the episode 1 talking about the game and talking about what rules I'm using, what mods I'm using, etc. I'll just make a video for that. So eventually Saturday the 31st should be the first episode of the Jedi Fallen Order series. Targaryen Dynasty will be up Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays will be Monday and Friday until the new series and stuff take over. Special videos should be on Sunday if I have free time, depending on what that is. I don't know yet. That could be a co-op thing. That could be it's essentially what I fancy doing. That's not what I'm not the current free series. So that will probably eventually be hot seat epilogues when I get around to doing some more, which I do plan to. So yeah. For business inquiries, I have an email address. Go contact me if you have shit to talk to me about. That's not really that's really for business inquiries. Then below you got a few other accounts like Discord, Instagram, Xbox, Fanfiction, and Steam. I'll talk about them later on. But yes. There's the community tab, and I will point out the community tabs have done quite well. This one had 75 votes, that's pretty good. 51 for the games vote, which is quite good. This one didn't get as many, but that's because a lot of people probably looked and thought, what the hell does that mean? Yeah. Then you had this one that's pretty good. 64 votes, 61, that's pretty good. It's the voting, and this is some of these votes I've done without even promoting them as well. They've done pretty well on their own, which is great to see. So yeah, community tab we're certainly making use of in future. There's actually an intro there, which I'm going to be using. Actually for the opening of the first episode of the Jedi Fallen Order series. Yeah. But yeah, and that's all. I'll go over my actual exact subscriber count, which is, drum roll please, 1,227. Fantastic. That's pretty good. Yep. Last 28 days, my revenue isn't a lot. It's not going to be a lot at all at the moment. Not for a while, I don't think. Subscribers, pretty good. Watch time hours, that's pretty good. Views, always pretty good. Not too bad at all. I'm sort of going from uploading my videos around 3 o'clock now. So it sort of just works for me, really. It's when most of my viewers are online. So 3 o'clock works, and there's also... And 3 o'clock is also a time when I'm at work at the time, in most cases. So it's sort of like an upload it, you know, in most cases when I'm at work. So like it's just, you know, it's, I don't have to worry about uploading it myself or anything like that. So yeah, I did have some of them unlisted for a time. But as you can see, that's why that one's got a few likes and whatnot. But with the schedule system, they can't be, they're just automatically private. You can't make them unlisted at all. So there you go. Yeah. Now, one key thing that kicked off recently, as some of you will be familiar with, some of you won't be, but it happened about on the 12th of December where I was in another Discord server, and this Discord server was poorly moderated. Like, I'm not gonna lie about it, it was poorly moderated. I, for some reason, and a bunch of my friends were given the moderator rank, despite the fact that we never actually asked for the moderator rank, nor did we didn't ask for it, we didn't request to be a moderator, we didn't really want it, really. We just didn't say anything about it, because, you know, whatever, fine, moderator, you know, if he wants us, if, you know, if our friend wants us to be a moderator, then fine, that's fine, whatever, go for it. But this led to more fucking problems than it was worth, and I regret being in that server a lot. Although in some cases it has sort of led to different things, and maybe or may not, it might possibly have been a better way, maybe I look at it and think sometimes maybe it was you know, it happened for a reason, not just for the sake of, oh, the world hates me, it happened that way, that's why. I do often wonder, like, if it, you know, it happened for a better purpose, really. Maybe it happened to stop myself doing it again. And this server had an incident, and it was poorly moderated, and I wasn't very active. A bunch of my other friends that were given moderator ranks that didn't ask for it were, you know, that inactive. I was there for a while. But yeah, apparently there was some racism involved in the server, which if I'd found out much earlier, I would have left straight away. But because I was so inactive, I didn't really care. And didn't even look. No one, you know, no one reported it to me. No one messaged it to me. You know, there was lots of other moderators that sort of did things. So I never got involved, really. I never really interested myself. The only reason I was there because the reason, because Sheep Whisperer, I may as well name him, did hot seats, and you know, as a counselor of the hot seat hub myself, obviously I'm involved somewhat. So yeah, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help him do some hot seats, whatnot. And this went poorly. So apparently someone had joined the server, and he had a lot of like Age of Empires 2 people on there. Like it's a bit of an odd community server. It's like Age of Empires, like loads of people who played Age of Empires 2 were on there, and I was like, what? I don't really play the game, so I don't know who the hell they are. Really, I didn't really care. You know, I was much too busy to really care about, you know, other people's discords, really. But yeah, apparently some incident happened where these people apparently made some racist comments. For some utter bizarre reason, Sheep Whisperer had this voting system where people would have to vote for people to be kicked out. So if they said a racist comment, they'd have to vote for them to leave, which is just odd. If someone says the M-word in my fucking server, guess what's going to happen to them? The axe. Like, that, you know, if someone makes a racist comment, they're not going to be staying around long enough to be voted out. They're going straight away. Like, that's just not going to happen. But yeah, so yeah, whatever. These guys made these comments. They then went to another Age of Empires 2 guild server or whatever. And this is a very corrupt thing as well. Discord is just stupid. I've already ranted and sent many emails to Discord about how I'm so fucking utterly disappointed with them. And I'm not happy about it, but, you know, I'm not going to go for it and talk about it too much because, you know, I want to keep it out of the public eye as much as I can, despite the fact that I did share it to my Discord. But yeah. But, yeah, so these guys apparently went to this other server, the guys who had made racist comments in the Sheep Kingdom server. They went over to this other server, made these comments, said, I don't know what they said exactly, but they said something to them, and eventually these guys, there's some sort of war kicked off or whatever, and these guys eventually mass reported the Sheep Kingdom server, which a few hours later led to the destruction of that server. The server itself got destroyed, it got Death Starred, nuclear bombed, you name it. It was gone in moments, and in the stupid thing, and he thought, okay, maybe Discord would decide to just, you know, ban the people that had made his comments, right? You know, fair enough. But Discord decided to, instead of just banning the users that, you know, made those comments, it decided to ban every single user, not ban, but sort of restrict everyone's accounts, as far as I'm aware, permanently. I don't know if it's a temporary thing, I don't really know, but I guess we'll find out. But regardless, Discord decided to just knock out everybody's accounts. It just fucked everything. And yeah, so my account got disabled, which led to my old Discord being fucked over. I did try to get my new Discord account, which I had made back in 2017, which I had an old one. I didn't realize I had it. I forgot the password to it ages ago. And thankfully, when this whole incident happened, my brain clicked and I remembered what that password was. Maybe because I was like, what the fuck's going on? Because I received an email saying that I'd been apparently saying racist comments and derogatory stuff and whatnot, and I was just like, what? No. I'd be a pretty poor YouTuber if I made those comments. Like, you know, if I'd ever made those comments, you know, I wouldn't have a following like I do now. Like, it just wouldn't have happened. But yeah, it was just fucking really odd. And I was just like, what the fuck's going on? I also got a comment from another user that I was friends with, and he commented and sent me a message on Discord, and on YouTube, sorry. And he said, my account's been restricted, can you try and help and let people know what's going on? And I was like, okay, sure. So I went into my Discord and thought, oh, it's logged me out. And I was like, okay, that's weird, it doesn't really tend to log me out. So I logged in, it said my account restricted, and I was like, okay, maybe I put the wrong password in, maybe it's the wrong account, whatever. Wrong password, wrong email address. So I checked my password list and whatnot, and it wasn't, it kept saying account restricted. And I checked my emails, and then it says your account has been disabled for the violation of this and whatnot. And I was just like, what? I was utterly confused. And yeah, because of it, it led to my Discord basically being screwed over. I tried to contact Discord to try and transfer ownership to my other account, which I had. But that didn't work. I also tried to appeal the restriction and account restriction and whatnot, and that was rejected. Likely because I was a moderator for such a long time, Discord just views it as like you were responsible somehow and that you shouldn't have your account back. Like, it's just really strange. And yeah, it's just really odd the way Discord looks at it. Like, oh, you've done absolutely nothing wrong, but as you're a moderator for this amount of time, it's now your fault. Like, it's just bizarre. Sure, whatever, Discord's made a decision, I can't do anything about it, really. All I've got to do is just move on and accept it. But even then, it's just caused so much fucking upheaval that it's just not fucking great. And, yeah. One of the upheavals is now made is the fact that I've now made a new Discord. Because I have no fucking way around it. It's either I make a new Discord, or I don't. Or I just basically stuck with my old one and I can't do a thing. So this is the state of it. I can't make a single, because I have no perms and whatnot, I can't do anything. I didn't have any moderators with, like, moderating perms to, you know, join over and, to actually, like, transfer ownership to me, so I couldn't do anything. So it's sort of a case of, like, I was basically fucked, really. I have not made that mistake a second time with the new Frozen Realm accounts server. I've given moderators, like, proper moderating perms and whatnot. Like, I've not held back. Like, I've made sure I can trust them and whatnot, but yeah. But this server, unfortunately, is just screwed. Unfortunately. Like, it's just basically fucked. Yeah. In future, I recommend keeping away from this guy. Despite what happened, despite maybe he might be slightly not as innocent, you know, might be innocent somewhat, but still the way he handled his Discord is just wrong. Also, the fact that he then severed, we tried to, also the fact that he caused not just myself, my account restricted, but a bunch of the hot seat counselors, their accounts have been restricted as well, which has basically fucked them over. A bunch of other reasons of why the accounts have been screwed over. There are still some accounts now that people have now finally got their accounts back, but me and a few others still haven't. Like, it's still not the case. So, for the best, ill or bad, we kicked Sheep out of the hot seat community. We did offer him the chance to, have a meeting at some point, but he refused, and then decided to use several contact and just fuck off, really, basically. So, yeah, basically, I was, trying to offer him, a way out and trying to help him out and whatnot. But he didn't help himself, and, I just gave up a bit. I was like, you know what, fuck this. You're not going to help yourself, I don't care. So, there you go. So, yeah, what will happen to this old server? This old server will just become an... I'm not going to delete it, because I physically can't delete it anyway, or I can just leave the server, but that's not going to do anything. So, I'm still leaving this around here. Eventually, I'll do a few hot seat things and whatnot. Unfortunately, the hot seat records of the past are gone, sadly. I can't do anything to get it back, unless, of course, my account is unrestricted. But however long that will take, I don't know. If my account does get unrestricted, then hopefully we might be able to turn this into perhaps a museum. Maybe of old records and whatnot. But at the moment, it's just lifeless. I can't do anything with it. If I don't ever get my account restricted, then this Discord will just be lifeless forever. And I'll just leave it as like a museum, I suppose. So, yeah. I'll show you the message that I actually sent to Discord. I also did a little research where I've decided that I'm actually distant Scottish, distant Welsh. It's either I'm distant relative to Scotland or distant to Welsh, which I am. And also the fact that my dad, which had the Allen surname, was English, so I'm assuming that the Scottish came south to go to live in England and whatnot. And then there was some things that I looked up that maybe I might be possibly from France or Norman or Viking related, possibly. Who the hell knows? Maybe even Roman. Who the hell knows? I was just doing a bit of research for the sake of it. It was fun. And I sent this reply to Discord. Good morning. So yeah, they sent me this reply that said they basically said no to my appeal. And they said no. And I was like, okay, fine. And I got what I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to like react and say something because I'm not going to stay quiet about it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say something about it. You know, I'm not gonna stay quiet about it. So yeah. I made this email. They said to me like they were gonna send me an email of apparently what I've done, etc. And it's been what 3 days since it happened, and haven't had a reply at all. And this is I sent well, I guess yesterday, really, kind of. So I said this. Good morning. I have yet to receive this email where I have apparently made these comments. So I'd very much like to see this very soon. I also understand that some people from the same server and with the same activity and roles have also had their accounts reinstated. And these are people that had moderator ranks the same as me. So they had moderator rank, same as me, same amount of time as I was there as well. But they had their accounts reinstated. And my account and my friends didn't. I have also had their accounts reinstated. Myself and a few others who also held the same ranks have not been reinstated. Clearly, some have not received a reply. Clearly, this farce isn't being handled very well. I didn't give a shit, by the way. Like, if I'm not going to get my account back, I don't care. Whatever, fuck it. I've made a new account. I've made a new server. I'm happy with that. That's fine. It's probably for the best. I did think about making a new server a long time ago because there was a lot of people on my server that are so inactive and whatnot. It's just, you know. So I do wonder if I did the right thing, and if this happened at the right time. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make this reply and say, you know what, fuck you, Discord, you fucked me over. So I'm gonna go absolute. I'm just gonna rant at you and see what you do. I don't care at this point. I doubt I'll get a reply. If I do get a reply, then so be it. Will it change things? Probably not. But regardless, I made this reply. The ranks that I refer to are moderator ranks. Thanks to your actions, you have upset and angered a great many people and broken many friendships and relations. Sheep Whisperer, my friendship with him is gone. A couple friends that I know of now probably won't be returning to Discord. They'll stick around for a bit, but they won't be coming back because they've lost their account and in some cases their communication with certain other people. I said, well, I don't expect an apology, and I do believe that moderators should be called to answer for the crimes of others who never even gave us a chance to. By the time we learned these comments made by the other users, this server had already been taken down. Like, this has happened so fucking quickly, to the point where I remember I had access to my old Discord account at about 8 o'clock in the morning on the 12th of December, and then by about 10, 11 o'clock, it was fucking gone. I lost access. And I was like, okay, what the fuck happened? So Discord obviously didn't fucking give us a chance, and obviously the mass reporting is such a bug and issue with Discord that it's going to be exploited so well. Yeah. Well, I don't expect an apology, and I do believe that moderators should be called to answer for the crimes of others who never even gave us a chance. By the time we learned of these comments made by other users, the server had already been taken down, and our account restricted. In what way exactly has this been handled well? Is it a horrendous and abysmal miscarriage of judgment, as needs to be sorted out properly. Also, a bit of advice, treat people with the same brush. Don't reinstate people who also held moderator ranks, and don't reinstate myself and others who were in the exact same position. I truly hope because of this that proper changes are made and are accounted for. Now, my only hope is this email that I've sent will get the attention of an actual person, rather than it being handled by Discord and their bots and whatnot. This email, I'm hoping, might just go to the right people, or it won't not, in which case, fuck it. I made my fucking message here. I made a reply to Discord, I'm done with this shit. If I don't get my account back, then fine, but I'm not going to sit back and take it. I will make my stand, good or ill, not for me, but for all that have suffered this injustice. Let the enemy know this. They might take our accounts and servers, but they would never take our freedom. Yeah, Braveheart slash Lord of the Rings. Great. But yeah, that's the reply I made. But yeah, I've made a new Discord. I better talk a bit about it. And I also want to go through and actually give you a tour of my room. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really had enough time to really set up my 4K video camera that I recently got to give you a proper setup. But when I move house next year, I should hopefully be able to give you a proper setup video with a face cam and everything. So that'll happen. Because right now my room is good as it is, but when I move house, it's going to be so much better, and I can't wait for it. Yeah, this also will again remain as a archive, really, and just a memory place, I suppose. But yeah, on to the new server. There's a few, changes that you would have seen from here. I can't reinstate the old hot seat channels, but I will make these. Eventually, I will make the hot seat epilogue videos for these hot seats here. Eventually, that's why I won't delete the server anytime soon. My only hope is that it doesn't go, because if this server suddenly gets deleted by Discord, I won't be able to do these hot seat videos. I'll lose all access to them, so I don't want to take too long. I want to try and move and get some of these done as soon as I can. Hopefully in January, when I'm going to be off for like 5 days now and again, like that's going to be perfect. That's going to hopefully give me a lot of time to get these videos done. Get these hot seat overviews and epilogue videos done before Discord possibly pulls the plug on this old Discord server. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully it just stays as it is, but who knows. But yeah, I'll go through the Discord. So, first of all, we've got my 3 out of 7 boosts. I've got some emojis. I'll give you a quick look at some of them now. Thankfully, Count went through and added loads of them for me. So, massive thanks to him. So, big thank you to him. So, yeah, he made a lot of them. He made a few animated ones as well. So, thank you, Count, for that. So, the Hall of Sovngarde is the greetings we welcome you to the Frozen Realm. Count went through and did all these sort of the messages up here. So, thanks to him again. Honestly, Count, since I made him a moderator, he's done fucking God's work. He has basically, like, done so much stuff lately, and it's just absolutely fantastic. So, massive thanks to him. Also, quickly announce that so, last year I did the awards and whatnot, and I was going to do them this year, but because of all that's happened recently, and the old Discord being destroyed, and the fact that I didn't make a new one, I'm just not going to bother with the awards this year. And we're probably looking at doing it for the end of 2023. So yeah, this is a channel where people sort of show up in their sort of like random messages, which I think I thought Discord could do with like updating them and adding way more, really, but there you go. But yeah, that's the channel where you show up and people can wave to you, and etc. So, yeah. Soulcan. Yeah, Soulcan is basically... Oh, avatar music. Oh, avatar music, brilliant. Yeah, Soulcan is basically where people... So people leave the server, they get a message saying, Maverick has just left the realm and has now taken a lovely vacation to the Soulcan. Even though not so dear. So rules. So this is basically roles and channels. So welcome to the Frozen Realm, a server dedicated towards the development of the FrozenStag YouTube channel, and is religiously dedicated towards gaming and of course hot seats for the wonderful mods and games of the Total War brands. That's sort of the main sort of thing for the Discord. That's what it's mainly a gaming Discord essentially. The Frozen Realm is moderated by the High Paladins, and they have the necessary powers to maintain peace and civility. So do I, of course. If you feel moderators acted poorly or unjustly towards you, then please contact the High King, which is me, and I shall launch an investigation and hopefully come to a solution. So with regards to moderator issues, come to me about it. Like, don't come to other moderators because there could be a bit of corruption involved there. So it's always good just to come to me straight away for those sort of things, and hopefully I can, try and sort things out that way. If in the event you feel someone's broken the rules, please contact the people in the ranks that have been shown, so either me or the High Paladins. I'd rather you contact them really because they'd be more active than I am. I'm busy. The rifle age for you to be in Discord server is 13 plus. If an event you are discovered to be younger than you, then you will be asked to leave the server. However, if you insist on staying, then you will make your own risk. Like, we're not going to force you out. If you're younger than 13, fine, stay if you want. We'll probably say you should probably go. Like, it's not really made for anyone younger than 13, but like, if you want to stay, that's entirely down to you. Yeah, we're not going to be responsible for you though. Breaking into the rules could result in a kick or ban depending on the severity and repeatance of the rule break. So I'm going to add actually is a timeout actually, because that's actually a thing now. Oh shit, I put it. That's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, timeout is a feature now. I forgot to add it in actually. These are the rules. So number 1, do not in any circumstances pose any racist, sexist, drug-related, or of a bullying nature. Number 2, if you have a conflict with another user, please take it to private messaging if we are not interested. Number 3, spamming messages, gifts, and pinging people are not allowed. Don't mind it now and again, but like if it's constant and someone's asked you to stop, then stop. Use spoiler tags when hiding spoilers, and remember to note what the spoilers for. That last bit is really for just an advisory thing, really. I'm not really bothered if you don't tell someone what the spoilers for. That would be useful. Pornographic, inappropriate, NSFW content are not allowed in any circumstances. I don't have any channels that like allow that, so that's just a no-no. Racial slurs, direct addressing of another member, or targeting will not be tolerated, so that's a no. Discussion of politics, religion, ethical topics is allowed, but do not start arguments between other members of their beliefs. Now, if I go actually to up here, I noticed it when I woke up this morning, but these people are having to talk about like elections and political stuff, and this is sort of the way they did it quite well. They didn't argue, didn't have an argument with each other, didn't say this could be done, that and whatnot, and they're both Americans anyway, so it works I suppose. But yeah, they had a nice little talk of this, and they didn't argue, didn't say this was wrong and this is wrong with that, and it's just a nice discussion. That's the political discussion I like to see. So yeah, it's good. All forms of advertising allowed, but it's only reserved for the Criers Hall. So yeah, anything you do here, say it here, please. So that's the advertising channel. Yeah, don't post any links that could potentially harm someone's computer or mobile device. Do not insistently pester about being given promotion. We do not hand out roles to people to whine. In future, I'd like to ideally give out roles to people that have deserved it, rather than just giving one out for the sake of it. Or maybe if I've asked someone, if someone asked nicely about it, I might do it, sure. But I mean, in future, promotions should be given out to people that deserve it, especially high paladins as well. If myself or a moderator tells you to cease what you're doing, then please do so. Be respectful and polite to all members. Do not make offensive nicknames. Some of these sort of can almost do with me merged into one. But I'll let the moderators and admins look at that and talk about what should be changed and whatnot. For now, I'll leave as it is. Please keep discussion relevant to each channel. Do not join and leave the server repeatedly. So yeah, try and keep it relevant, really. Decisions made by the moderators and myself are final and without extreme repentance. They will not be revoked. Say if you've been banned and you want to come back for whatever reason, then depending on what you've done, then you'll need to do something to earn your return, really. Impersonative users not allowed in posting with another person without their consent. So if you paste a picture of them and I don't want it on the Discord, then you have to remove it. Suggestions and questions are always welcome by an audience chamber, but please do not get angry or question if they are ignored, turned down, or deleted. Now, last bit isn't really a rule, but it's more of just sort of, don't get too pissy about it. Because at the moment, I don't get a lot of suggestions, so, I can reply to them at my own speed. But no doubt there will come a time where suggestions and questions come quite a lot, and I probably won't have the time to reply to all of them. And then we've got announcements. Actually, I can just go through this and tow it from there, can't I, really? And the Hall of Southern Guard, I've mentioned that. So a channel, that's announcements. So that's just going to be announcements for YouTube channels going on the server and other things. I will be doing one today for Christmas Day for the because for hot seats won't be, the turn times won't be enforced for till about 1st of Jan. So I'm going to announce that tomorrow morning. That's announcements. Got uploads, so I'll just be able to show my uploads. I will be doing some non-ping announcements as well. So some announcements I'll do with error ones, whereas some other ones I just would do with non-pings, because sometimes it does piss off people. And I want to try and keep people active as best as I can. So that's what I want to do. Audience Chamber is the channel where you can post suggestions and questions regarding my channel and the server. Studio Stand is a channel where I share my upload schedule, setup, computer specs, my various sites, and my list of milestones that I've accomplished. Skyforge is a channel where you get reaction roles, and I'll share that in a second. Discussion Hall, fairly simple. With Discussion Hall and Gaming Quarter, you can go ahead and make your own threads of certain things. You want to talk about maybe Star Wars shows, make the thread in Discussion Hall. I think you'll probably ask one of us to do it, I'm pretty sure. I can't quite remember if I gave the perms that let anyone make a thread, I think moderator's going to do that, I'm pretty sure. Or myself. So you probably have to ask people for that. Or if you want to make a gaming channel for maybe Red Dead Redemption 2 for whatever reason, go for it. Just let us know and we're happy to do so. Same thing there. Private discussions, that's the council chamber. That's where I talk with the high paladins about server chain and stuff like that. Got memes, that'd be we're sharing and discussing memes. That's what I shared today, which is sort of a nice light-hearted meme. You got a photo gallery, which is where I post like sometimes thumbnail previews. Some of the people might post videos and stuff like that of sad things. There's my Lego that I built. I'll show you some more about that later on. I don't really need to look at all this. So I released Story Palace. That's just like where people can share like quotes, stories, non-fiction, some fanfics, whatever they want. Channel for sharing, archiving, screenshots of funny messages and conversations from the several others. So similar to this here. You can find it. Now, I can't actually make emojis into the channels anymore because Discord's removed that feature, which is a shame. But yeah, there's like a one there where Epic M fail, lads, you know, whatever. That really, autists and whatever. Yeah, stuff like that really. That's what you can do. Got bars chamber, so that's basically where you can share, where designated voice chat. So if you don't have a microphone and you might want to talk on there, you can also put in some music. Sadly, none of the music bots actually work, so I'm just you probably do it manually, I'm afraid. Lobby is a voice channel, so there's two little voice channels. You got lobby and you got gaming to just spread them up a bit. Fortress of the Ice, you got the History Guild, got that. I don't need to go for all that really, but you can read as it is. Yep, done. I'm not gonna go through it a bit more in detail. Audience Chamber, so that's the channels there where people request roles and whatnot. So Studio Stand is quite a big one. It's got a lot of pictures of my room and whatnot, so I'll go through this now. So this is my PC and specifications. So I've got an RTX 2080, which is pretty good. i7 processor, pretty good. 16 gigs of RAM, not bad. That's the monitor I use right now. So yeah, I do have like another 4K monitor, which sadly broke. Which is currently in the other room right now. So maybe at some point I might be able to fix that and use that again. We'll see. Probably might use that monitor ideally for probably recording console footage and stuff like that. But I need to sort of fix it first, and we'll see how it goes. But if I can't fix it, I can't fix it. We just have to move on. But that's the PC I use. I took that picture there just because it shows it off a bit clearer. So there you go. And then you got mine. This is where I'm sitting now. There's the mouse I'm using. There's the salt lamp that I'm using. There's the keyboard I'm using. There's the mouse mat I'm using. There's the microphone that I'm sitting next to. There's the monitor, which as you can see is actually on a light box because I kind of want it to be. Because I kind of want the light box to be slightly higher, so I don't have to sort of look down. I can look up a bit more, so it's better for my neck. So that's the monitor screen I'm working, which is all HD, which is fine for me. My controller stand there, which I'll show again in a minute. Now below where my feet go, I've got a nice big plug tower, which is, as you can see, running out of space. That plug there is actually powers my entire room, which is quite interesting. So yeah. We've got my little mat, which is where I put my feet now and again for comfiness, rather than my feet being all the way to the ground. It's much nicer. My mini fridge, ignore the copious amounts of dust, like my room gets so fucking dusty. I really need to, when I get my next house, or when I move into a new home, I'm hopefully going to get a room without carpet, because it's just, the carpet's ridiculous. My doctor recently, because I have allergy issues, recommended that I tear up the carpet, but that's just not, that's not going to be easy right now. So maybe in the future I'll look to get in a house that doesn't have loads of carpet. But yeah, that's the mini fridge. Ignore dust. I do try and dust my room as much as I can. But because I have a black setup and black desks and whatnot, the dust just gets way too over the top. But yeah, that's the mini fridge I've got. Over here's my little desk area for next to my bed. My bed being over there. Got my sort of lampshade, which is like sort of a New York, is it New York or Los Angeles, sort of like a looking lampshade. Got my little glasses stand now, which is pretty cool. There's the glasses I wear. We have sort of bluish versions, I suppose. Sort of bluish, bit of a blue sort of tint to them. Got my bottle of sand, my jar of dirt. No. I read somewhere, I can't remember where it went wrong, but I read somewhere that you could, if you sleep next to a bottle of sand, you get good luck and less dreams, really. So I thought, I'll give it a go, why not? Now that's actually a glass bottle of sand that came all the way from Northumbria, from the east coast of next to Bamber Castle. I went to the beach and collected a load of sand and chucked it in that bottle and just took it home. Don't know why, I just wanted to. Yeah, that bottle is actually from a bottle from Edinburgh. When we went to the Edinburgh Dungeons, it's actually a sort of Harry Potter sort of thing called Tears of the Wizard, and it's actually meant to have cream soda in that bottle, which I of course drank. I got a few little coasters. You can tell I'm the Frozen Stag with that. A stag coaster, which I got for my 21st. It's got tartan there, which is pretty nice, which came all the way from Scotland, which my mum and dad actually ordered for me. My mum and dad are very supportive of the whole Frozen Stag thing, and support my channel and myself with it a lot, which I absolutely appreciate them for. So yeah, that's quite nice. I got a nice little, an old little mouse little coaster I've had for ages. It was cool. I've got like my book that I'm reading, which is currently Fellowship of the Ring. I do read quite slowly, so yeah, I've been reading that for ages. I've got a nice little panel here, which is like a bookmark light up, which is quite useful. Very handy. This is my other coasters I've got, so mats I suppose. Roman one, the Legion Nietzsche, which I think I got from a Roman, I think Vinderlandia, when I went up there. Alan, which is my surname, which has three black dogs, which reminds me of the Clegane sigil. But yeah, the Alan sigil is actually a stag, which is hence FrozenStag. That's where it came from. It's a stag sigil, and I think in some cases there was a lion in that sigil as well. It was either like, I remember there was a time when I was like, I was either going to be the frozen lion, frozen wolf, or frozen stag. Eventually I settled on the frozen stag, and the other two were pretty cool too. I can't remember the name of that castle, sadly. It was in Wales somewhere. Hang on, if I go to North, hang on, I'm going to find out what that's called. I need to go to North Wales. I should be able to, no, that's not it. Where is it? So I went up here in late 2021. Was this where? Yeah, it was. Cricketh, that's it. Hang on, if I can click on it. That was a castle. Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's the castle. Cricketh Castle. Yeah. That's the name of the castle. Lovely restaurant of, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's called Dylan's. Lovely place. Highly recommend that. But yeah, that's it. Cricketh Castle, there you go. That's my old DS, which is, I did have a DS before that. I had a light blue sort of DS, which was really cool. It was a really cool DS, and my nan brought it for me many years ago, back in 2007, I think it was. I remember my first ever game being Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga, so that game holds a very special place in my heart. So yeah, I got my styluses I had. I had a massive blue pen one for some reason, and then that sort of a darker blue one, which went into the actual DS there. That's a newer DS that I got later down the line. I have a black one now, a sort of brownish one. I've got two lightsaber ones. Got a Darth Vader's lightsaber and Obi-Wan's lightsaber. But yeah, my DS is still there. So there's a picture from 2014, I think. Yeah, a long time ago. And I remember that being my brown sofa, which I had a long time ago. Now I've got a greyer sofa. And that sofa, very old. You'll notice I've got a few toy cars there as well. And 2014, I think it's around Christmas, I'm pretty sure. No, of course it isn't. Easter. Bunny, come on, think about it. So I would have been about 2014. I would have been about, because in 2014 I would have turned 13, so I would have been about 12. So wow, long time ago, long before the FrozenStag, that's for sure. I actually took on the holiday with me to Dorset, back in September, mainly because I just wanted to see if the DS still worked, and I was testing out a few games, see if they still worked. I did have an idea maybe about bringing if I could get a DS emulator to work, maybe play some of the old DS games on an emulator. I thought that'd be kind of interesting to see. So, that's cool. That's the old DS that I still have now. Pretty cool. Obviously, I couldn't record with DS, but I don't think that would really work. I have to get an emulator really to record on PC, really, I'm pretty sure. That's how it would work. I've got a projector, which I've had a long time ago now, which basically goes up into the sky. Which is not sky, but my wall ceiling. But yeah, pretty cool, different colours, and also makes stars effects, which you can see here. The green dots are basically a laser in it, essentially, which you can't see there, but there's a laser in it. It basically looks like stars, which is really cool. And it's got a blue sort of backdrop, which is beautiful. This is my other side of my desk. My screen's there, which is quite useful for anything, really. My other screen over there as well, which is quite useful. Because right now I've got my music on this screen, and I've got the OBS recording on the screen, this one here. So, quite cool. My Italian-made glass, which is actually came from Italy. There's some Italian-made glass for some reason, I don't know why. There you go. That's my monitor again. Nice close-up picture. Got my different desktop backgrounds. Got my recycle bin, capture card, OBS, Vortex for modding, cheat engine for WE mod for certain things, PaintShop Pro, Technic Launcher for Minecraft mods, Theory Test thing, which is still there, which eventually I'll use one day, some little notes and stuff there, some Amazon stuff, some various games and whatnot and all that. Don't go for all of it. Oh shit, I've just knocked myself off. As my webcam, which I use, which I don't really use that much. I probably will find a bit of a use for it at some point. But my webcam right now, I always feel with the webcam, as cool as it would be to feature my face in the video, I feel as if it takes away the immersion of a video sometimes. Like if you're, watching the Skyrim series where I'm heavily role-playing, and then my voice is in the background, like in the corner of the screen, it sort of takes out the role-play, I suppose. And also, if I was to use a webcam, it adds another layer to my videos where I need to then look good to record, which in most cases I don't. Because when I'm recording, I tend to just record, but I record when I want to, really. And I record as and when. I don't really, think, oh, hang on, I've got to look good for this recording. I can't be bothered to worry about that, really. There's my keyboards, which is a new one I got this year, actually, which is a mechanical keyboard. It makes a lovely clicking sound from Magic Eagle. There's my microphone, which is a Blue Yeti X microphone. Very good microphone. I'm still using it now, obviously. These are all taken, was it midnight 24th? Yeah. So you got a microphone there. Very nice. I do have the mouth guard on. That goes on there. Not mouth guard, the muzzle, I suppose. The salt lamp, which obviously changes colours. My keyboard has quite a few colour changing features. In fact, most of my setup has colour changing features. Very cool. There's my mouse I'm using there. There's my... I've got two of these stands. So I've got another stand, which is downstairs. One thing you won't see is my Xbox One, which I have downstairs. Mainly for... I don't really have enough space for it to be in this room. So, there you go. So that's my controller stand for my charging controller stand. Hoping to get a PlayStation 1 at some point. For Christmas coming up. I'll find out later today. Which is exciting, actually. I'm quite looking forward to it. Even though I'm like 21, I still love the idea of opening up presents and wondering, oh, what's in there and stuff like that. Very cool. But yeah, I've got another stand downstairs which is only for Xbox One controllers, whereas this one is for Series X and Xbox One controllers, which is quite useful. Very handy. I've got a proper gaming steering wheel, foot pedals and gear stick. And proper stand and whatnot, but that's currently in the garage at the moment. If I do some racing games, which is certainly a possibility, then we'll certainly make use of that, definitely. That'd be fun. Yeah, so then we got the controllers. I've got loads of controllers. I did have a... What was it? I think I had a few other controllers that were lit up ones for the 360, but I think they broke, and I got rid of them. Right there's my robot, which I built. Well, me and my dad built together. We got a robot, which is quite cool. I'll show that in a second. I've got that toy there, which I had for ages, which is meant to be like a lost and property thing from Legoland, which I remember picking it up and thinking, oh, and I think I I put it in my, I think I put it in my jacket because I was like, oh, I'll stick it in the lost property bin at some point. And I forgot about it, forgot to put it in. I think I was chatting to a few friends and colleagues and just completely forgot. And ended up taking it with me with my jacket. And I took my stuff out of my jacket, left it. I think I put it down and left it in my room thinking, oh, I'll leave it in my room. I'll pick it up and take it out as I go to work the next day. And then I didn't. And it sort of just left there. I just thought, oh, it's kind of cool. I just leave it. It's a nice little desk ornament. So I was like, fine, I'll leave it. It's cool. So yeah. Robot, very good. I don't have the robot on that much, unfortunately. Mainly because it scares the shit out of my cat, for one. And also because it's quite loud. That's my black Xbox One controller there. My first controller that I had for Xbox One. Quite old, as you can see. I had my Phantom Ghost Xbox controller, which is pretty nice. I had a green plated controller, which looked really nice, which I put on myself. My old 360 controller. A lot of memories on that old thing. There's my Series X controller, which you can tell is slightly different with it's more flat there. And there's a little button in the middle where the other controllers don't have it. And there's my PS5 controllers there, my white one and a black one, which came with, well, I remember buying it off a friend, actually, the PS5, and it came with and he actually got a black controller that came with it, which is pretty cool. And considering how expensive black controllers are, like, it was worth it. There's my robot when it's turned on, which is, actually, when I took that photo, it literally lurched forward as I was taking it, so I think I just, like, caught him before he moved forward. His name is Toby, by the way. And at some point, I have more use for him, so at some point down the line. There's it lit up a bit lighter there, which is cool. There's my actual TV there, which is about 40 inches, I think. I think it's 40 inch, yeah. So that's my TV, so I use watching things. Sometimes I use it for gaming. Quite often nowadays, I tend to just use it for, well, I don't really use it for a lot, really. I tend to use it for the speakers off my computer, really. But I do, now and again, tend to use it and whatnot, but it's a little tricky to get to use it. It's because I have to sort of move my setup and stuff about when I want to record over there. I gave it a go with the Transformers series, but like it's a bit difficult to do. But we'll see. We'll see. It's more comfortable where I'm sitting now to record rather than it is going over there. But we'll see. Back to the beginning. I've got some. Oh, there we go. My headset, which is I'm hopefully getting a new headset for Christmas, but it's quite an old one. It's a bit battered up. I'm wearing it now, and like the inside of the muffler was sort of dying off, kind of tearing apart, kind of. So it's definitely needs a new one, but it's served me well the last many years as I've had it. And as you can see, my consoles, my computer, as a size comparison, much bigger. The Xbox, look at the 360 compared to the Xbox Series X and then the PS5, massive. But yeah, the 360 was I remember getting that about 2012, so I've had it for over 10 years now. Series X I got last year, so I've had it for a year now. PS5 had it for over a year as well. Very cool. So yeah, see Series X lit up and the PS5 lit up. So yeah, looking very nice. I've got them all turned on so you can see them all in their glory. So yeah. As it lit up a bit, so you can see it a bit better. Again, the dust is very visible, but try to ignore that. When I move house, I like to clear and sort that stuff out there down the line. There's my computer, looking very nice. I love the red lit up logo there. There's a bit like a Celtic sort of tiki golem sort of thing, which looking at it now. Hang on. Yeah, it does sort of look like a tribal tiki golem, which is kind of cool. I like the little red vents popping out here as well, like almost like it's breathing, which is kind of cool. Very cool computer. When I brought it, it didn't come with the graphics card that I mentioned earlier. I actually brought that graphics card for my 18th birthday back in 2019, and I installed that myself, which I was very proud I did. At some point, I might have to get a new computer at some point later down the line. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't tend to chuck out my old PCs. I've got another older one, which I'll probably keep. I might eventually have some use for some of these older consoles and the older consoles and computers. I'm not going to just chuck them out. I'm going to keep them around till as long as they continue to work, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see. Then we got some pop badges that I got from Legoland. Some of these I've kept because they're quite sentimental. These are old, like, pirate models that I had very many years ago. A Lego duck, which I built for my induction day. The Legoland Mythical Line is actually something which is actually one of my favourite rides in Legoland, Fight the Skyline. And also that was sort of the line you get, is the badge you get given on your induction day. I've kept a bunch of them at home. You're meant to have like 2 on you at a person, so I kept a few as memorabilia, really. Legoland, the Easter Bunny, there's so many of those got given out, but I kept that one because it reminded me of the time when I worked at Legoland during Easter, which had some memories. Birthday one, which is a Chessington one, which I thought, yeah, I'll take it. I found that one, I just like, it's cool. It suits it because my birthday was coming up, so I kept it. That's sort of a cow one, which I thought was pretty cool. I kept that one because it's all reminding me of Duplo Valley, because I worked in Duplo Valley with Drenched Towers and Splash Safari, which is an interesting experience. There's a sort of Cleopatra sort of one, looking one. I don't know why I kept that one really, but it looked cool. There's a hotel one, so 2022 is 10 years since the Legoland Hotel was built. There's a Christmas sort of gingerbread one, and there's also a Halloween one, which you can't quite see there, but it's like a cheerleader with a Halloween, like a pumpkin? Yeah, pumpkin. That's my display cabinet, got a load of stuff. My Concorde model, which my uncle brought for me a long time ago. So that's still around. My ship that I had from a long time ago, my Air Force plane, and a bunch of other stuff and trinkets and whatnot over the last years. I won't go through them all. This video is already long enough, so I won't go try and spend ages going through it all. I'll try and keep it as short as I can. Although I'm already at 1 hour and 45, so just, you know, bear with me, I suppose. That is a glass, like, fish thing, which I've had for years, and I still like it so much that I left it here. It suits it because I've got blue as my wall, so, like, you know, fish. Yeah, you get the gist. Hopefully. This is some stuff here. So you got my clock, my wolf clock, which is beautiful. My little canvas of Los Angeles, or Las Vegas, Los Angeles. Or Los Santos. Los Angeles? That doesn't sound right. No, I think it is. I got a Rise of Skywalker poster, which, despite my feelings with that film now, when I watched it in the cinema, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was very lucky to actually get a poster, because it's very difficult to get a hold of those posters. So I was quite, you know, hell, I'll take it. That's my on-air sign. I have that outside, which is currently on now. Oh no, I think my mum turned it off actually. But my on-air sign, which is on, which shows when I'm recording, stops my parent interrupting me, which only works 90% of the time. My calendar, which is the Isle Man? No, the Isle Sky. Yeah. My pug door thing, which is light switch, which is funny. My dressing gown there, which is very warm, very nice dressing gown. There's my TIE fighter, which I built. You can see the stormtroopers inside, or the pilot inside. You got the Obi-Wan starfighter, which I built as well, with Kaminoan. Obi-Wan R4 as a droid as well, and as a stormtrooper. And there's obviously the pilot up there as well. I had the most fun building the TIE fighter. I had a little trouble building the starfighter because some of the parts wouldn't go in properly, but I think that was my own fault there because I hadn't built a set in ages. And yeah, going through a bunch of my games and stuff. So I've got World War II. I don't need to go through all these, but I've got a lot of books and stuff. So I've let you free for all that. I'll let you go through all that on your own speed. So feel free to pause the video and read for that on your own speed. And there's some more games there. Skyrim, yes, I got Skyrim on the disc a long time ago. I did have it on the 360 as like a digital copy, which is kind of cool. It came with the Xbox, which was sort of cool. There's a bunch of other games there. Some I still haven't played. Some I have played and some I haven't. One day we'll cover them all someday. There's some games there. 007 Legends, what a classic. GTA 4, Modern Warfare 2, Alien Force. Oh, I love the game. And some of my old DS games here. Complete Saga, classic, absolute classic. Never sure why I got the original trilogy as well as that, but there you go. Yeah, cool. Let's say there's the Starfighter close up. There's the TIE Fighter close up. And if I go down a bit more, there's my little ball. I've got the Stig, which I've had for a very long time. A cat sort of pirate. That's cool. Okay, that I've had for a long time ago. Like I remember, I think I found it ages ago. I didn't make it. I found that ages ago. I've had that for years, and I think it's one of my relatives must have given it to me. I think, who lives over in El Salvador, and they gave me this like poison dart frogs. British International Lifeguard. I think it's a lifeguard thing. Lou, that's pretty cool. Turtles. I think that's from Sea Life, I'm pretty sure. That's a nice space one. I've got a new calendar coming for space stuff, which is going to be cool. So that'd be quite cool to have that. Change up from the Earth, I suppose. Like a T-Rex. Don't know why I thought of that one. You've got a wolf, like a wolf drawing there, which I think my mum made it for me because I was too young to do it properly. So yeah, she made it for me, so it's very nice. Now this, very interesting. This dates back to sometime after the First World War, sometime between the First and Second World War, and this belonged to my great. I think belonged to my great nan, which eventually went to my nan, who eventually went to me because I had it. Mainly, my mum let me have it because the hell it was a stag, so you know, FrozenStag fitting. And also because like it just made so much sense to me to have it. It looked cool. I liked it. It gold. I don't know if it's gold or brass. I'm pretty sure. I think it's brass actually. But yeah, that's really nice. I love it. But yeah, that's dated back a long time ago. And one interesting thing about it is that on the back of it is a letter G. And usually when artists tend to like claim work and whatnot, they leave either a signature or like a marking, or their like initials. Whereas this just had G as it is, which I thought was very strange. And I haven't really done a lot of research, but I'm going to surmise that this was made probably around the time of either George V or George VI. Because I thought it comes from Britain. It was made here in this country. So I feel as if it might have been made around the time of one of those kings, possibly. But yeah, it's still a very cool little trinket, and I like it. So yeah, I kept hold of it. Got some posters here, some polar bears, which was pretty nice. Nice sort of Chinese-looking dragon. Still got so many posters full of like game, like Red Dead Redemption 2, and I brought that. I've got like a massive map that I've got to put up at some point. You can tell my mum and dad know very well that I'm a FrozenStag because they got me slippers that had a stag on it and a robin, which a robin we always reckon is like one of my ancestors reincarnated. A robin always seems to follow me around whenever I'm at work, and I always seem to think that's my nan watching over me, as I was extremely close to my nan. Like my nan was almost like a second mum to me, so I always feel like she's still watching over me, even you know, from the heavens or beyond the grave or wherever she may be. My panda on my charger, which I've had for a long time. My fan, which just hasn't had much use lately, given the fact that it's bloody cold in the winter. My millions of boxes of Lego and plenty of other shit there. I've still got more stuff in the attic and in the garage, so there's so much stuff there. My 4K video camera there, which I still got set up. Lovely video camera, by the way. My old laptop in there, which I might have used for later down the line. And various clothes and shoes that I had for the prom, for my work ball. Work masquerade ball that we had. Then we had like a little box there full of like memorable stuff. This is my calendar, like a little. This is actually where my wardrobe is. Judging by the hangers, that's probably quite obvious. But yeah, a bunch of stuff here. My Infinity Gauntlet mug, which I think one of the things fell off. One of the Infinity Stones fell off there, so it just sucks. My desk calendar, based off Simon the Cat. There's another little Iron Bridge mat there. The World of J.R.R. Tolkien in the book, which I need to sit down and read one day. Arnold Schwarzenegger joke book, and there's another one up there. In the background, you can see a dead scorpion. That is actually, it was actually a long time ago. They did these sort of like glass sort of things that had like dead remains of animals and insects in it. Not animals, that's not the right thing. Dead remains of insects inside them. See at the back there, I've got a map of Los Santos. I have a Native American Indian, which belonged to my nan, which I inherited. I have what's the word? The the world globe. Good God, think about that. It's not hard. Come on, think. I'm getting tired now, so I don't want to spend too long on this. This is like a mat thing to hold paper down, I think. My aftershave, which I'm still using now. and a little notepad thing there, and some various different books from many years ago. That's my old stand where my microphone came in. These are my various books. I've got Transform Wolfenstein up there as well. We'll spread out a bit. I've got the Narnia collection, which one day I'm going to sit down and read. Got all the Harry Potter books and others somewhere spread around somewhere. A tank spotting guide, the Hobbit book, the Lord of the Rings books, and of course the Holy Bible, which I got given for my christening. So that's something I can't really part with. And the place where I was christened is actually a very old medieval church, which is interesting. A medieval church where I was christened, which is very interesting. Very interesting that medieval now has taken such an interest in my life. So, in fact, I was christened in a medieval church. Very interesting. There's my stuff. There's loads of boxes, some Lego in there, as you can see. So, yeah, loads of stuff. And there's my map of Middle-earth, which I got via, wasn't it via, I think when we bought the disc collection of Lord of the Rings, I think this map came with it, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's why we got that. And that now currently resides next to my, above my bed. So, yeah, lovely, beautiful map. A little, some tears and creases, but that's because it was rolled up for years. But, yeah, it still holds up, still looks pretty good. I've already showed you that bit. We've got this one, some wolves and eagle, very American looking one there. Another wolf picture there. This is actually a bear, which was made out of the my nan's old green coat, which she used to wear a lot, which she left to me in inheritance. I didn't really have much use for the coat because it didn't fit me, and it just didn't make any sense. It's a female's coat anyway, so you know, why would I wear it? So I turned it into a bear. Basically, I went to a site. Can't remember the name of it now, but it's basically turns old clothing into bear. And my mum set up and we did a lot of things. It's very cool. Then we got a bear, which I think I had. I can't remember. I got a good luck bear, but I've had it for a very long time. It's just sort of just there, so I expect I'll keep it. We've got a boomerang which came from Australia. Back when my mum went to Australia. I've never been there myself, and the spiders don't really fill me with much desire to go there anytime soon. But regardless, that is quite a nice little boomerang. Does it really work? No. That below was I can't remember if it was my mum made it for me or I made it, I'm pretty sure. I'm not really sure, but it was like a dolphin. I'm pretty sure my mum made it because it looks too good to be made by me. Back when I would have made it, which would have been about 10 years ago now. So I think probably my mum must have made it, I think. And I probably helped somewhere or another. Dreamcatcher, which is something I've had for years. Does it really catch dreams? Not really. Doesn't really work. But I've had less nightmares since I've had it up, I guess. But yeah, it's my nan swore on it, I suppose, that it helps and whatnot. So, you know, whatever. My family and I always reckon that my nan was a bit of a witch. All in good faith, of course. Quite often she'd joke about it and say, "Oh, I'll be on my broomstick later." My nan was such a character. It's a shame. It's you know, it just my nan not being around now. It's just it's a bit of a shit thing. It really is. But yeah, life goes on. Life goes on. But yeah, the map of Skyrim came in the Skyrim Legendary Edition DVD box, well, game box. So since it's been hanging up. So yeah, I think I've got an Oblivion one as well, which I've got to. At some point, I'm gonna have to go through and like hang up a bunch of these posters when I move. Like the amount of like display cabinets, and display cases I'm gonna get is just crazy. I can fear the money, the hole in my pocket already. And there's a picture of my bed, which is I have many sweet dreams in. My 2 emoji cushions, which I remember buying for an old friend of mine, but I actually liked them so much I ended up keeping them for myself. I've got like a smirky one, I've got an angry one, which sums up my mood perfectly. You can tell like there's definitely like sort of a, should I be called a stag, the frozen stag or the frozen wolf? But stag eventually won. Like I've got stags on my pillow and like under my bed. There's a blanket over it, by the way. And also a mouse, which isn't a real mouse, it's a play mouse, toy mouse. And my cat's also there as well. Like it wouldn't be complete. This video wouldn't be complete without a cameo appearance from my cat. Someone actually sent me a comment the other day saying my cat is the MVP of the of the channel, so I was like, that's so cool. So yeah, that's that. Moving down, we've got my various accounts. Got YouTube. Don't need to say anything more about that. Steam. There you go. 9 years of service. Been there for a long time. I love the backdrop. It's really nice. Xbox, which for some reason a massive link, but there you go. That's my Xbox account. There you go. Bang, bong, bing bong. My Instagram, which is where I share most of my pictures. I haven't done some in a while. Well, 8th of November, last time I did it, so it's a little while. I don't really post a lot. I don't get a lot of likes and views and whatnot. I don't really care that much. I just sort of do it for fun now and again. And yeah. We've got my fan fiction account, which I don't really use that much. One day at some point, I will one day sit down and write some fan fictions, but at the moment I just don't have the time. But it's there. ModDB, which I do have, which I may release the odd couple submods and stuff. Who knows later down the line with C, really. There's a few, like, I can't often make custom files and whatnot, so maybe I might release a few here, so people can download them, but we'll see if I have time. PlayStation, I couldn't get a link to work for PlayStation, so you just have to search my... So, if you want to add me on PlayStation, search me on there. Search my name there. Discord milestones, you got my milestones from 100 or up to 1200, which is pretty cool. My... pause the music for a bit. My Frozen Realm members, which I'm going to keep. Oh, someone's... Nope, I think he's on the wrong server. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. It's wondering how to put a message on there, but not many people typing there, obviously. But yeah, I'll keep the records from the Frozen Realm members from back when I had 100 and 200. You know, I'll keep that as it is. I'm not going to reset it because it doesn't really make any sense. You know, I did hit those members at some point. So, you know. There's the upload plan. Yeah, that's what's replacing it. So, I do want to do a non-strategy game after Joyfall, although I don't really know what yet, so we'll figure that out later near the time. Now, Skyforge, so there's a lot of stuff here. So, this is like, I got a system down here, so some of it's based on Dragon Age and Lord of the Rings. And you've got some reaction roles. Warden is for YouTube roles, so as you can see here, when I upload a video, the Warden role gets pinged. So if you want to get notifications for videos, get the Warden role. Sergeant is one for hot seats, and 8 is for gaming events as well. We've got Kunari, Darkspawn, Elves, Dwarfs, Hobbits, and Men. These different factions and servers, a bit of fun. Basically just a bit of fun, really. So that's the point of it. The History Guild, so that goes through and explains a bit about all the stuff, about the points and whatnot. So I recommend reading that if you're interested. And 6 faction, yeah, it works for me. We've got the Dwarfs, got the Men, Hobbits, Elves, Darkspawn, Kunari. Thankfully, Octavia was kind enough to grant me some of his icons from Dragon Age, so Darkspawn and the Kunari icon. So thanks to him. I used a few from, I sort of used a couple custom ones, not entirely, like that's not a Hobbit one, but I sort of wanted to get the icons to fit and match the colours of the ranks. So the Dwarfs, I did the Ered Luin sigil, which worked for the blue one, some information I put down there as well, and white for the Men, so I put a yellow in there. Hobbits, I did Dwarnian, because that worked really. Elves, I did the Woodland Realm one for the green, and Darkspawn black, and Kunari red. So, yeah, nice. List archives, that tells you how many people are in certain members of different kingdoms and different factions, etc. And of course, below is the leaders of the factions. So, Destro's in charge of the elves, as the only person there. Keldo's in charge of the men, as him and 3 other people. Garvin's in charge of dwarfs, and me, MT's in charge of hobbits. Whoever the hell joins Kunari and Darkspawn, I will offer them the option to be a leader. If they say no, they say no, but, you know, whatever. But if they do say yes, they become a leader of that faction. Which basically means you basically get control over that faction and you can make decisions and whatnot. More on that later down the line. But yeah, if you are interested in getting the server, then, you know, join the faction and stuff like that is a great way to get involved. Especially in hot seats as well. Because, yeah, scoreboards. This is a scoreboard right now. So right now the dwarfs are currently in the lead. Information on how the points are added and finalized. Yep, that's that. And you got and I got a point record, so that shows the points. So these are being carried on from 2022 to the points, so to 2023. So I'm just gonna count it from 2023 onwards now. Hero Shrine. So this is just this is where I post where if people won hot seats. In future, I will be pinging the sergeant role, so keep an eye out for that. So if you want to be pinged for that, then just get that role. Now, right now, it's not a requirement for you to join a faction to get points, whatnot. So if you get points, you get points. But if you don't join the faction, you won't get any extra points. When your announcement is here, you won't get any points for your faction. If you're not in the faction, you won't get any points. So it makes sense. So it'll just sort of be like, oh, you've won the hot seat, but you don't get any points because you weren't actually really you didn't agree to it. Yeah. There's a few other ranks as well given out to other people. Got hot seats as well. Information channel, which has got my preludes. You got the player list, rules, map of turn 1, submission channel for other messages where people like to make jokes. But yeah, basically turn order goes up here, so you can use the pin message to find that. People upload their turns, etc., etc. Lobby squares where people chat and whatnot. Diplomacy stand where people make diplomacies and stuff. RP stuff, etc. I got the DAC hot seat that I'm doing. That was the Petty King's hot seat. Now for map updates, I have a spoiler tag on just because some people might not want to see it. So yeah, I ping the hot seat role for the map updates every 10. Well, every 10 turns I do a map update. Ordering, preludes, DAC playlists, etc., etc. Rules, yada yada yada. You get the gist. If you are interested in hot seats, let me know, I suppose, but all I can suggest the best way to get used to it is have a read through everything on this information channel, and if you're unsure about anything, just come and contact me or one of the other admins and say, I don't understand this bit, can you elaborate, and I can elaborate for you. Like, it's simple as that. Obviously, if you are going to join the hot seat, but you need to be committed and interested. One thing I did do, where was it? Count. Where's count? Hang on. Find him here. Yeah, because I wanted to show you, because he did a bunch of emojis, I sent him a bunch of them. This is so if anyone wants to become a moderator admin, so obviously I need to trust you first, that's the first main thing. The main rules you need to agree with is you need to be reasonably active. Of course, if you need to go away for, like, if you got exams and whatnot and you're not available, etc., then that's fine. As long as you let me know, that's absolutely fine. And also, when you do certain things, check with me before you do it. Unless, of course, it's a hacker, troll, or racist, feel free to just kill them immediately. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to point out for moderator ranks and whatnot. I'll go through a little bit about the roles, I suppose. May as well. High King is the role I have. Winter Sorcerer is the role for bots. High Paladins is a role for admins. Dwarfs is for dwarfs. And some of them have their own little ranks and roles and whatnot. Elves has got a few, as well as the Victor ranks and whatnot. Yeah, Men of the Realm. Prince, Captain General, Rebel Knight. Quinari, Darkspawn, don't really want yet. Hobbits for now is Pink Potato, which I think MT was going to change, but I don't know if he has. Master is a rank that gets given to server boosters, so if you boost the server, you get the Master rank, which is almost a bit of a reference and homage to when the highest rank on my server back in 2020 when I made the server. Well, no, 2019, I suppose. In the 2020 when I made the roles, it used to be called Master, so that's all I'll mention reference to that. And there's that, and you got the participant role. So if you're in a hot seat, you automatically get assigned a participant's role. Stag Knights is the normal role people join the hot seat server, join the server with. So yeah. And these are just the roles for bots and whatnot. Is anything else I need to talk to you about really? I mean, you got Amethyst, which is a Dino bot, which at some point I'm going to make use of. Diamond, which we're going to use for Xenon to try and move things over, but we need to look into that later down the line. Emerald is the Coal bot, which is good for, which I've made for my reaction ones. Me6 is just there for other things. And Sapphire is server stats. So that shows you how many people are in the server at all times, which is quite useful. Now, is there anything else I need to go over? I don't think I do, actually. That's basically it, really. Other than thank you very much for the support on the channel. It's been immense. I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of the channel. Sorry if the video's been 2 hours long. I'm doing an announcement video, doing stuff. I'm talking about things. It's going to get long. It's going to happen. So, hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you have made it to the end, then thank you very much. I'm going to head to bed very shortly now. Again, thank you for the support and with everything I do. Subscriber-wise, view-wise, voting-wise, anything really supports me. We've hit a bit of a blow with the whole, losing my account on my old server. Now we've in a way we've moved on. We've done the best we can. So we've hit a bit of a blow there. But who knows? Sometimes you have to knock yourself. Sometimes you need to be knocked down a bit to remember how to work your way back up again. Which I think is good. I think once you've if you've been knocked down before, and it's always good to be knocked down and then find yourself again, find a way to be better and improve in yourself. So it's good. I always am a bit of a perfectionist in some cases. Some cases I've sort of lacklustered a bit on that. Really, I'm not overly bothered about perfection that much, but there are things I am always looking for ways to improve and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, regardless, I hope you guys are enjoying the Mud Dynasty and Targaryen Dynasty. I hope you guys are looking forward to Jedi Fallen Order. I certainly am. I'm looking forward to playing that. And these special videos as well. I may be doing the Baldur's Gate thing with Saw Game 6, which will be fun. I'll have to talk more about that with him near the time. And of course, we will have something replacing Fallen Order at some point. What that will be, I don't know. Might do a vote for that. We'll see. Oh, there's something I forgot to tell you about, and I'm going to show you that now. Something completely slipped my mind. We've got a Dwayne series coming. Valerian series as well will also be coming. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So, one thing I want to go over before we wrap things up for the day, which I'm looking more and more excited to, because I want to get up early and open my presents. So, a lot of, as you may are familiar, I make a lot of custom generals, and some people made like loads of suggestions. I was gonna make like a custom scenario, like a sub mod, but I never did at the end. But I still kept a record of people that requested things that I do. So Blue Fang has suggested a bunch that I at some point might use at some point. So he requested a Dwarven General that has a Cave Dwarf unit for Rohan. This is for Dak, by the way. He also requested a General for taking Gundabad. Some of these might just be... So I don't really do scripting and things like that, so I'll probably just have these guys start at the game start, and you'll see I do that all with Dorwinian when I make that series at some point. So yeah, so a General with Gundabad Hammers mainly. Gondor. A General with Minas Evil Guardians would be pretty cool. General for rebuilding the House of Kings, or with Afterday Knights or Sons of Numenor for Northern Dunedain. Bree for Steelbow unit, that'd be kind of cool. Like a Ranger unit would be interesting. So Generals, so additional Generals for factions, like for another General for Dunnan and Endwife. Ered Luin, you had a Inquisitor that went to Ered Luin, called Amalthea, the third Inquisitor, and who apparently went to start an internal rebellion for Ered Luin to bring Grinfarm back and to basically bring Ered Luin over to the side of the dark side, I suppose. Soon the dwarf will be one of us. R9 built the Royal Legion of Armenelos, which I'm pretty sure is the Ed unit, depending on if it's in the sub-mod, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's cool. Regin, a General of Regin Adventures, and another guy mentioned something about Maglor, who is one of these Sons of Feanor, who I won't add to this, who I will be adding, and a bit of a spoiler alert, but Maglor will be showing up in the Dorwinian series, and will be playing quite a pivotal part, I suppose. So yeah, that's some of that story I use over. I don't know what bodyguard unit I give him, but I'll figure it out. So back when I used to make time lapse, I set up what speed I'd use, and it'll probably be like ×10 if I ever do that again. That's my main mic settings. So one of the reasons why you don't have many you can't hear stuff in the background is because of the microphone settings I have on and the filter via OBS and noise, which is quite useful. These are if I ever do streaming. This is the kind of rules I'd use for streaming. So this is if I do. So as you may remember, I did like added in members of the Forums company for Casa Doom. If I ever play Ered Lewin or Erebor, then I will do the same again, and I've sort of narrowed down who will go and what. Really, this is my mod list for the Stark series. So I don't know if I quite yeah, that's the same as it is now. So I'll probably leave it as it is. Diamond Custom Generals. So back when I was going to do a Diamond series, I made a massive list of what custom generals to use. And I might use a couple of some of these for later down the line for this upcoming Dorwinian series. Maybe. Might add in some, or I probably will save a lot of this information because I'm not going to delete it. It'd be pointless. I'm going to keep some of this. If I ever play Diamond again, then I have plenty of story and knowledge to go for that. So yeah, we'll see what we do. I might use some of these stories and whatnot for different characters, different stories, different factions we play, but we'll see. So you may remember I did a CK2 vote. So this is what, so I did like a option A, option D, whatever. So essentially what would happen if you vote for one, so say you vote for option A, you can choose between these 5 mods, which is a cool little idea. I liked it a lot. Now this next one down below is a much advanced one. So I had a game category option, so option air, earth, water, ice, and fire. And in those options I have amethyst, aquamarine, silver, sapphire, lapis lazuli, etc. So what I do for a vote, I do air, earth, water, ice, fire. So if water won, then I would do another option between amethyst, aquamarine, silver, sapphire, lapis lazuli, and so on. Then eventually, with those 5 options, I go through and narrow down. I do a vote for 5 of those different options. So, say for this one here, that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. Say, for example, if Shadow of Mordor won, Battlefield 2 won this one. So I do like different votes. So this vote, I do a vote here with 5 games here, another 5 games here, another 5 games there for another vote for this one, another vote for that one. So say for example, Shadow of Mordor won, say if Battlefield 2 won, say if Andromeda won, say if Indiana Jones won, and say if New Dawn won, then what would happen is that those 5 games would go into a poll, one poll, and those 5 games would be those 5 options in that poll. So that's what would happen. Now I probably will update this. This is just like an idea I put together for, while it's busy, not doing a lot. So yeah, I might keep the idea, I might not, we'll see. But yeah, that's just an idea I sat down and thought of while I was not doing a lot. But yeah. So maybe I might use that at some point, we'll see. Or I might just go for like might choose 5 games, just go for that, I'll see. We'll see what we do, I guess. I might just do like a marathon, like if you, like out of like Assassin's Creed games, like if you vote for Assassin's Creed Marathon, I'll just do a marathon of Assassin's Creed games from chronological order. Might do the same with Call of Duty, could do the same with GTA, could do the same with Lego games, could do the same with other stuff as well. But yeah, without further ado, that pretty much wraps this video up, really. There's not nothing else I really need to go through. I've spent long enough. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. There you go. That's small enough. But yeah, again, thank you very much for the support on the channel. It means the world, and I wish you all a fantastic day, night, and Christmas day, wherever you are. Hope you're having a wonderful Merry Christmas. Hopefully the Christmas is going well. If the Christmas isn't going well, then hopefully, regardless, I hope that things improve. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the new year with plenty of new content. Looking forward to doing plenty of more as well as the channel progresses. But yeah, let me know some more suggestions for series and ideas you'd like me to cover in the channel. It always helps me out to decide what people actually want me to want to see and what want me to play, and what you guys mainly want me to see, want me to play. Not that makes no sense. Sorry, I'm tired. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Again, suggestions and ideas are always welcome, and thank you all very much for your support over the last however many years I've been doing YouTube now. What, 3 years now, I think? Yeah, 3 years. Yeah. Oh, wow. 4 years nearly, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. Again, yeah. Suggestions are welcome. Join the Discord. A link should be in the description of this video. I will be uploading this in the morning, so hopefully this will go up around 3 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. Hopefully, is the idea. If not, I might go up a bit later, and I might have to move a video over. We'll see. Hopefully, I should be able to get it done for Christmas Day, but that one I won't be able to do it unless I get some sleep. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful Christmas Day and New Year's. So, without further ado, farewell.